Allergies.
Jeez.
Yes.
We have many kbps,
Wow.
and we're a minute
Over
early.
5,000 kilobits per second coming to you via the internet. The magic of the internet at large. It is a large internet and it's magical.
We're a minute
Uh-oh.
early.
Your head's being cut off.
Well,
You see that?
I didn't set this up.
What's wrong with it? Oh,
maybe I'm not sitting in the right
I
place.
started too soon. I wasn't ready.
What's wrong?
Now it's all messed up.
Oh, you missed some of the setup. You got to mess with that. Yeah, there's a spot over there that's.
Yeah, you know what? For some reason the camera is.
Here we are making adjustments.
Aimed over there.
After we're on.
After.
Oh, my drink. Okay, there's the issue. It's a mechanical problem. You got to go further.
What do you think about that?
Well, you got a big old cutout off to the left.
Well, yeah, but that won't show up because I already have it adjusted for some of that. Let's see.
There you go. So you're good.
Let's see how we all right. These other. I just got to check all the screens.
So
right now.
Buddy Carfano came in right at 7. So I know we came in early, but we were messing around with the settings and stuff still.
We are traveling.
Sorry about that.
Through time here currently.
Real unprofessional.
Currently. It's not he's tough on me. He expects I give him the world, and then he comes in and he's like, though, be more professional. Man. Okay. Hi. I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. You can find my channel, Kim Fixes Things, on YouTube, where I don't post anything recently. But there's some old stuff there, like when I got the Bronco 2 running in the winter, in the cold, and it was breathing fire. That was fun. I'm still working on that Bronco 2. If you guys have been in the shop, on any of the shop streams, you'll notice that in the background, there's pieces that slowly are evolving over time. That Bronco, I was thinking about buying, it's about $200 on Amazon. I was thinking about buying side draft carburetors so I could just bolt them on there and be done and not have to fabricate as much. But
we don't like to buy stuff. We like to use
what we got. It's so cheap.
It took me my whole life to build up. Took my whole life to build up all this junk. We got to use it.
I'm so cheap. I'm so cheap. All right, Buddy Carfano is here. Says it's showtime, buddy. You're right. You get 3 points for being the first with a 7 p.m. timestamp. Bruce Culchin is here. Welcome to the stream. Lester LeSabre is here. Welcome to the stream. 6th Street Garage says howdy, y'all. Nice. All right, so it is Tuesday night.
We did have a big line of thunderstorms go through here, tornadoes south of us. A couple north, well, some north of us, but way north. And like down there where UTG is, there's a tornado going into that area. So yeah, they're around us.
JG Mopar is here. Says hello, Buff and Kim. JG Mopar gets 2 points for getting the 7:01 timestamp. That's right. And I have now come into. I'm going to bury myself. I'm not going to bury myself in too much of it, but I'm going to start sending stuff out to people with points now. I have stuff to offer. What I'll do is I'll offer things to people. If you have points, you can say, I want that one. I'm claiming it for points redemptions because you guys have.
Are you going to talk about this?
That's in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, because the one you're replacing, you could sign it and send it out.
Yeah, because everybody wants a.
Puffed up capacitor.
Crash Roadrunner Garage is here. You get 2 points for being in with the third comment. Although I know there's other people here. I guess they're just not commenting, or maybe the chat stream is a little bit laggy. Sometimes it takes a minute for things to get fired up, or people are still clicking in some other streams that they're watching. They're finishing their viewing of other things. I do that a lot. I'll watch 2 or 3 things at once, and I'll click around. So that's okay. That's okay. We're not like so engrossing that you can't watch anything else. We appreciate you giving us your view time, and we get busy. It's hard to watch everybody who's doing content, and it's not really the idea is not to like force people to watch us, but you have to watch us because we're forcing.
I'm actually drinking. Oh, you're gonna laugh at this. This is like people go, why bother? See, I've got this, not a sponsor, but
Near beer.
NA is non-alcohol, and this tastes a lot like a light beer. But then I want it to last a long time, so I mix it with this water.
Did you really mix it with water?
I mixed it half and half water and
I don't know
beer,
about that.
and you know what? It's still fine because I ran out of my normal drinks.
Patrick Sullivan is here. Welcome to the stream.
Actually, it's pretty good for just watered down beer.
So on Tuesday nights, all of you here now know, you know the drill. Oh, we're not doing advertisements. It's way too soon to be jumping into advertisements. You'll get advertisements maybe. If you do, you can tell us about them and we will award you points. And actually, even if I don't see you telling us about them, if you type in, I got an advertisement for this brand of this thing, you automatically receive 2 points. But I don't got a database. I don't got a spreadsheet. It's on your honor. So I award the points. You keep track of them.
Uncle Doob's World. Hello, how do I post a picture? Okay. Send it to an email address. Kim's going to put that up. Yeah. Kim's going to put that up.
I'll give you the email address. And
she'll put up a link and then you can just
send it to that. And since we are live and we have this internet thing, the bits, the data, it will trickle into his email and we will check it.
Usually it trickles pretty quickly.
If your email address and your screen name are different, include your screen name in the email so we know it's you. That helps us, and we'll talk about it while you're here. Hopefully, we'll try to get to everybody's emails.
I'll call you out. Call out your screen name, not your real name. So if you put Bob Roberts down and your name is, we're not going to
dox anybody.
Your name is something else. I don't want to.
Yeah, we're not going to give out anybody's email address or anything crazy like that.
So, but if you want to tell where you're from, like I'm from Texas or I'm from Nebraska or something, it doesn't narrow it down real close, and it's kind of cool to know where you're from.
And so we love when people send us pictures of their projects. If you got a hot rod or classic car or just a daily driver that you're proud of or anything that you've modified or worked on or art or anything that is yours that you find that you're proud of, you could send us anytime. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Send it in. We'd love to see it. But for the past, 6 or 8 months, we've been on this format where we pick sort of a topic. Tonight's topic is 1967. Is it 67?
Yeah, we've been doing usually a year.
We pick a year. And we try and we're not like, it's not like a hard rule, but it gives us some direction. So pick your favorite car from 1967, or maybe if your parents owned a car that was from 1967 and you don't really have a picture of it, but you got an like it was this car, and you find a nice picture, or you just really, or if you really hate a particular car model from 1967, send us a picture and tell us how bad that was. The engine was terrible. We hated it. I really like when people send in pictures of like car haulers with all the new cars, brand new cars from 1967 or dealerships. Or
Kim loves those pictures. Somebody sends in a picture. Somebody sends in a picture of a dealership from the year, and there's all these brand new like 67 cars sitting there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Patrick Sullivan says 62 damn.
Pretty much send us everything. If you get out of hand, we'll let you know.
And if you have cars that are not 67 that are yours,
Buddy Carfano sent in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of emails. Thank you, Buddy Carfano. Buddy carries us. He really does. He gives us lots of stuff to look at.
What engine is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody said, I bet it's a 390.
I'll bet it is because
you know what? I don't know. The 390s down here, a lot of them said GTA 390 GTA. I don't know. I had one.
It's the fancy one because people always fix up the fancy one.
I had a red one just like that, had a 289. And then my best friend at the time had one that had a 390 in it. And his was so much nicer to drive than mine.
Welcome to the stream, Stray Bullet. Mofo Driver is here as well. Welcome to the stream, says hello, Buff and Kim. So we like to just, talk about automotive stuff. We don't do too much politics or too much. We try and stay out of controversy that really doesn't really involve us directly, because
Straight Bullet says it has to be a 390.
I
He
fix
could very well be.
things sometimes. Speaking of fixing things, so we got a little distracted. Last week we had uh, the first really hot day, or maybe it was about 10 days ago. We had a first really hot day, humid, and it was like sticky. And he went to turn on the AC, and it
And
didn't
guess
do
what?
anything.
It
Nothing.
quit.
Nothing.
It popped the circuit breaker.
And so I
Of
was
course. What happens on a hot day? Because the circuit breaker pops with the air conditioner.
someday last week, and then it was cooled off again a couple days later. So we had a little bit of a but I had like an anxiety attack over it because, like, you know, when you call the serviceman, it could cost you like some serious money, right? And I know a little bit of plumbing. I took some plumbing school. I got a plumber's license back in the day. And I know a little bit about cars. Older cars are easy, so I know some stuff about them, but AC was never really my forte, and I was really upset. I was like, I know what AC guys charge, you know? And we had them here last year and they supposedly fixed it and it's broken again. It's like, well, this is stinks. So I had some time to think about it, and I did put some time in. I put a few hours in on the YouTube University, and I found they said that, you know, there's a little flashing light. I braved the jungle out there, you know, tunneled through the poison ivy.
Air conditioned big unit outside, and it's got poison ivy growing all over it. Of course. Why would it be any other way?
Oh, Stray Bullet saw that I painted the Spitfire frame. I did do that. Yeah, because we're trying to get stuff cleared out of the garage for temporary so we can get the window in his car. But let me finish this story because I'm 3 stories deep now. So the little lights that blink, they tell me a story that's not. Anyways, they said that this capacitor is the most common thing that fails, and it was like $15 on Amazon, and it came the next day early in the morning. It was like they rush delivered it, even though I didn't ask for that. And it's made in China, which I didn't like, but that's the only choices they had.
Yeah, made in China or made in China.
But the
or
one, yeah,
made in China.
or made in China, or labeled or relabeled.
She found one
also made in China,
made in USA, but then it says
packaged in China.
Packaged in China.
So you know it's made in China. Tommy Hanlon's here. Hello from Dublin. Welcome to the stream.
But the real story is when you went out there to look at it, that capacitor that's installed right now.
Yeah, the top is like crowned. It's not leaking anything, but it is puffy. And they say that when the ends blow up, that's a sign that they're sort of failing. So for $15, we're going to replace that component and knock on wood.
Well, and seeing that would make sense because that's what starts the motor.
Yeah,
and if you try to start the motor without that, it's going to put a big load on it, and the likely result is a pop breaker. So, you know, the condition guys have you over a barrel.
You definitely don't want to be calling on the hottest day of the year. If it goes out on the hottest day of the year, you're really in a bad way. But, you know, we have AC out in the shop. So if it gets really, really hot,
we went out there.
We'll go out there. We'll go out there because I am not paying premium rates for emergency service on anything. Nothing. But you could ask him, I was like yelling. I had like a meltdown, a stress attack. Like, because we needed welding gas and I needed you to go with me. And then the air conditioning wasn't working and I didn't know how to fix it. And I was just stressed. I was stressed. Yes, the capacitor fixed our AC. Here, confirmation.
Well, I think that's when I had him here last year.
Thank you, Colleen.
It popped a breaker last year, and Kim wasn't here. She was with a friend helping her move or something. So I called the AC guy, and he wrote us a bill for resetting the breaker. And I said, you know, because I did that, and it wouldn't stay set, you know. So I think he did something else. And now I kind of remember him saying, oh, I had to put a capacitor in it, but I didn't know it was that.
We're probably going to have to replace that breaker too because it's wrong. But if this kicks it on, if this gets it working, then we sort of have proof of concept. And we feel like we can keep things going, and that's good. The only thing that I really don't think I can fix is if the compressor is bad. Or is it called a compressor?
that thing better
Thing
not be
inside.
bad.
If
I
that's
paid
bad,
big bucks for a
if
new
that's bad,
unit.
I'm like, oh man, that'll stink. But so let's hope, because I can replace a board because it's right there. It's not, and I can order. You know, the numbers are on there. I can order it. And like Stray Bullet said, for the cost for what they charge, you can fire the parts cannon. Yeah, like I can replace everything new, and then if that doesn't work, then
Buy a spare.
I'll have a
I'll
spare.
get another
That's
another
right. Well,
capacitor.
the great thing is like I said, I ordered this at like 8 o'clock at night in the evening, and Amazon like rush delivered it to my door first thing in the morning.
I'm
So
amazed
that's
how fast
really
they are.
nice.
They
And there
are
was
fast.
several choices that the Freon is expensive. Oh yeah, absolutely. But see, there is Freon in the system. The problem is it's not kicking on. So we're not into any of that yet. And we do know how to
Well, and
charge and discharge an
I've
AC
done a lot
system if
of
we need to.
automotive AC, but that thing.
Everything's expensive. Oh my gosh, we're getting into the the complaining old person's topic of the show already. Everything's expensive. If you could figure it out on your own or fire the parts cannon and get lucky, sometimes you can try.
Well, when the motor doesn't come on, and you see a capacitor it's all puffed up, and you need the capacitor for the motor to come on.
See,
you
but
know.
I didn't know that that's what to look for until I did a little bit of YouTube University. But it made sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I found anyways, that is hopefully, because I was thinking, oh man, I can't spend any money because all of our car part budget is going to go to fixing the AC this month, or maybe more than 1 month's worth of car budget. I was pretty stressed. I thought, oh, how are we going to make YouTube content if we have no money? Because I spent it all on the AC.
Then one night, I went up to the shop because I left my phone up there, and I did a real quick short, like, Kim's working on this, and Kim's working on this, and Kim's working, and that was like 4 of her projects or 5 of her projects that are going all at the same time. Plus, there's a couple more. So that's why sometimes we don't work on the same thing and get it done real quickly, because there's too many projects.
Well, you know what?
But that's just how the world is.
Like we had about 4 videos that came out in like 2 weeks, because like I try and like build things up and then put together a bunch of videos real fast. But then there's like this big like, I'm exhausted and I need time to recover and you're exhausted, and because I drag him out there to work with me and he's like, I don't want to work all night. And I'm like, yeah, but we have to work all night. And then I stay up all night making videos after we record, and then we both have doctor's appointments. So then there's like lots of productivity, and then there's like a downswing. So you need scales and dials and all sorts of various apparatus to charge the AC. So Stray Bullet, the local auto parts stores.
Yeah, but that's for R134. They're
Oh.
gauges, so I don't know what refrigerant that uses.
Well, they don't put Freon in that. That's not an old AC system.
Well,
it's only about,
Freon-
10 years old?
Freon's just like a generic name.
Yeah.
It's refrigerant, and there's all different refrigerants, and they're not compatible. So.
I don't know. For cars, you can borrow the stuff. I don't know. Maybe the place that...
I do have a set of gauges, but I don't have a good vacuum pump anymore. My vacuum pump is very worn out. So, when you go, a lot of the auto parts stores have these things you got to pay for the tool. And then when you bring it back, they credit you for the tool. So they basically just let you borrow
loan it. Yeah.
And so when we do the AC on the cars, we'll probably borrow a vacuum pump. They got pretty nice vacuum pumps.
Says no money to fix cars. Welcome to my world. I mean, we've been trying to not we had to get this parts car for his, but we're not buying more. It's like play with the toys we have. We have to be really, really diligent about not getting invested in more things. And right now, the car market is so soft. I see so much stuff that's really.
You start hoarding stuff. Don't start hoarding anymore. We have too many cars.
I already spent the last 2 years hoarding stuff. I have to process some of it out. Buddy Carfano asks, "Did you like driving your son's new car?" And I think he means the truck.
Oh,
it was a Toyota Tundra.
It's amazing driving something like that. The last new cars I drove. Hey, look at this. Super chat. I bet we don't have our
Barrows,
super chat.
welcome to the stream.
We don't have our super chat lights.
We don't.
Oh, so we got to do something. I gotta take something. Do some
since
kind of
we're
noise.
inside, you have
some kind of noise. What kind of ding 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 noise do I have? Oh, they get the UAV.
They get the UAV.
They get the UAV because up in the shop we flash the Studebaker lights. So thank you, Barrows. Pretty cool.
Thank you, Barrows. Barrows, our moderator, is here. Don't make Barrows tell you twice, or he will swing the band hammer. He'll knock it right out of the park. But if you guys are doing something really fun or interesting, you got new content, and you want a link for your channel, Barrows would be the person to ask. And you're welcome to ask, because we love to see it. So if you're doing good things, tell us about it.
My son's Toyota truck. It's a new, what's the big one? The
Toyota Tundra.
Tundra. What's the small one?
Tacoma.
He had a Tacoma like in 2019. Then he got some other Japanese fast car. And then he got a BMW. And he kind of went the car route for a while. And he hasn't had that BMW that long. And then we went over there Sunday night. And somebody said something about a new car. And I went, you just got that BMW. I opened up the garage door. And that truck fits like this far from the wall, this close to the ceiling.
It sits up like this high to the like bedside.
Every bit of room in the garage.
And he doesn't do truck things.
So
I don't see what's he gonna move? A dresser in that truck? He's fine.
I know what he's gonna do. He's got a kayak, and he'll do the kayak somewhere.
That'll be fun.
He had the kayak on top of the BMW too. So yeah, I don't know what he'll do.
It will hardly ever go off of the pavement, but that's all right, because he's done well for himself, and if he wants to enjoy it with a new truck, it is a beautiful truck.
Nice thing to drive, but when I'm driving it, there's all this stuff and screens, and it does everything, and it's a 6,000 pound thing.
Did you say they give him a 15% discount on it?
I don't know.
It was a big discount.
I'm trying to think of where I was. I guess we're out to discounts.
Sorry, you were talking about the truck.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember where I was. It's all kinds of stuff and screens and all these buttons and switches, and they all do stuff, and it's partially electric. So when you stick your foot in it, there's a meter down there, and it starts like a regular car. Like some hybrids, you don't hear the engine. You just drive off, and as you're driving, the engine starts. Well, this thing, the engine starts. It drives like a normal truck. But if you stick your foot in it, there's a meter there that goes, and it shows you how much electric you're using. And like I turned a corner from a stop sign, turned a corner that goes immediately up a pretty steep hill, and I stuck my foot in it. And that thing went about 3/4 of the way up the electric. And going uphill, I was going 65 miles an hour in just no time. Just 65. It's like, God. You know what it takes to make 6,000 pounds move that quickly? And going uphill? It's amazing. But then,
all of the ions.
But then Kim made a comment on that short. That's, what did you say? Which one will
still be on the road in 50 years?
In 50 years. And I said, well, 50 years from now, somebody will be driving a 109-year-old 66 Dart. Yeah, because you won't be able to get the modules. 10 years from now, you won't be able to get the modules. You won't be able to get stuff. I don't know what you do with it.
But in the next 10 years, somebody will put a lot of miles on that truck and not too many miles on the Dart. So it's not quite a fair comparison. Who else is here? Rob's Rods and Streetcars is here. Welcome in, Rob. Mama M3, Colleen says, Damien just dropped a short. Have you ever made a drive shaft adapter? I wonder what you mean by a drive shaft adapter.
Uncle Doob's World says, I just dropped a pic of my Swinger 340. I do not have it yet. It hasn't. Usually they pop right up.
It'll get there. We'll double check.
We're going to keep an eye on that in case something happened. Oh, let me check my spam. Okay, go ahead, Kim. There's a lot of new people in here, and I'm not paying attention.
Stray Bullet asks if you did a burnout in the new truck.
I don't think it will. It's
It's
four-wheel
got
drive.
traction
It's
control.
four-wheel drive with traction control, and it is.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't spin the tires. It just goes. That thing just goes.
I know at one point I was talking about, we were talking about our AC. Freon, show, I don't know. Cross your fingers, we'll figure it out. With any luck, this will get us going for the summer, you know, and we'll just, we'll let you know how it comes. And so we have the frame and the engine. It's sitting in the front yard of the right now, and I painted the frame orange so that it shows up real good on camera. And honestly, that's the most important thing for it to do is look good on camera. And then the motor, I want to paint it silver because right now it's just sort of like a rusty sort of black or oily sort of black, cast iron sort of. So I'm going to paint it silver. That'll look nice. And then, but we had to move everything out of the garage because we want to get your window in. We have all the parts to put new channel guide felts in the door, and I bought the new clips, and we have everything new this time. Before we did do some new stuff and we lubricated everything real nice, but something went wrong. So this time we bought everything new. It's like $100 worth of install garbage for that
Like little
stupid window.
Rubber things and
Well, if a new window's
glue,
going to be
glue and everything. Yeah.
$600, I don't want to risk getting into this situation ever again. So we got to get that car in there, and then we can swap in that window hopefully pretty quickly, and then we can get back to the Spitfire project.
The aluminum car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Dube's World. No email yet. Can you
What'd
check
you
and
do?
make sure you've
Who's Street Machine?
that is a magazine from Australia.
Oh, okay.
That's been sitting
Do you
there
want to
for
put up a
days.
different picture?
I guess I could.
You don't got to rush through the pictures, but just put up something different. So if somebody's scrolling through, they can see that we're changing.
Not just putting one thing up there.
It's going to look like a bag of cheddar, sour cream, ruffled potato chips, says Stray Bullet. No, maybe.
What's this? What's this? What's this?
It's supposed to show up good, right? It has to jump out of you on camera. Rust and black, it just doesn't look that good. Chrome looks good. Red looks good.
Yeah, chrome the frame.
Orange looks good. Yellow does look good, but I didn't like that yellow. The yellow that we were using, I didn't like it.
Buddy Carfano sent a picture of a 67 Saab 96.
Okay.
Oh, we can fly the UAV down here. On
Thank you very much, Barrows, for supporting the stream. It's never it's always appreciated, but it's never expected. Let's see.
I'm over here staring at my other screen. That's why I'm
Oh, Barrows says different yokes. That is, we're using the Ford offset U-joints, even a Mopar or GM, but I always take them in and have them balanced when I'm done. What do they mean by offset U-joints? I know we got like an adapter U-joint one time.
Yeah,
for an AMC.
Your car has an AMC U-joint in it, so
it's got a Ford drive shaft and a Mopar.
Mopar, yeah. So this is one of those U-joints that has two different things.
But I don't know how you would make one as an adapter one. Interesting. I'll have to watch the short.
No email yet. Don't know what's going on.
Maybe I will give the link again because maybe it's... Oh, you found the link to the short. Oh, can we watch it? Can we please?
Well, I don't... Are we going to play it here?
It's
I think everybody can... I know, but I don't like to play live. How long is that?
It's a short.
Oh, it's a short. Okay. I usually don't play other people's shorts on here. Let them get the credit for it when everybody watches it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Go and watch it. There's your link. We'll wait. You can come back. And yeah, he deserves to get his views. We're not going to use it. Maybe Stray Bullet. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship from Ruffles for having a
Ruffles.
Yes.
We'll get that aluminum like they put on roofs of houses
JG
in Russia.
Mopar says a Swinger 340. Let's see.
I'm
From
waiting for that picture.
1967?
Don't have the picture
Okay,
yet.
it'll come in.
Don't have it.
I'm gonna
Yeah, why don't
give.
you put it again, just in case there's mistakes
Did I
somewhere.
spell it wrong?
I don't know what happened.
Is it at Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I typed before, guys?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Okay.
But
So
that's
what is
the
this?
email
This is a
address.
67 Saab rally car. Have you ever seen one of these?
Yes, I had friends in high school. They had 2 guys, and they each had one. And theirs were white, and they had a big blue stripe over the top of them. And they had 2
Neat.
cycle engines in them. They had a 3-cylinder 2-cycle. And they put
that'd be a ripper.
oil in the tank and gas in the tank, and they sounded like ding, 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 ding. Oh, they're pretty cool. I think the doors open backwards on the earlier ones. These one, the doors open correctly. You can't see because my head's in the way. But, yeah. I worked on quite a few of these back in the Radiator days. Radiator's up behind the engine. Engine's up kind of far forward, and it's front drive, and the radiator's up behind it.
Bryce Cooley says I like older cars better. All the 50s and 60s and 70s cars had style and personality.
Yes.
Cars today look... Okay, I'm not
Well, I'm not going to say that. There's 2 words we can't say.
We're not going to...
There's that one that's where you advance ignition or you go the other direction.
Turn it.
We got trouble for that. For saying that was not negative advanced. We used the other word. And yeah, that was bad.
There's certain words that you can't use on YouTube because YouTube, if you didn't know, like we get instant like prompts, like YouTube does text to or speech to text and it reads it's what we're saying, and like if we say the wrong words, it'll like hide us from people's because it doesn't want us to say the wrong things. It is absolutely the speech police, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's just the way it is.
See, Colleen got me started on not this brand, but I had one of these left, and I ran out all my other drinks. So then I'm trying to make it last longer.
Yeah. There's a whole like don't say gay, and there's a whole
Don't say gay. You just said it.
You can't say it. No, you can kind of say it, but you can't call something that as a slur, like against something, because then you're using it in a negative context. The same with
it's like mixed drink with water.
Yeah. Okay, we're done talking about the word police. You just there's some things we don't say. The chrome is all plastic now. It has been since like the 80s. What do you think? Like mid 80s? By mid 80s, all the chrome was plastic. They did away with the stainless. They did away with the chrome. It's all just plastic covered in some kind of shiny.
Yeah, I'm getting drunk on. See, this NA means no alcohol.
Ooh.
And that's it kind of tastes like a light beer, which I kind of miss that. And I don't drink much alcohol. So are you getting hot?
Yeah.
So
the lights are very bright.
So Mama M to the 3rd power, M3, whatever she is, Colleen. The first year at No Name National, she handed me a no alcohol beer like in the middle of the morning. I drank it, and then I'm carrying this beer can around. I got to get rid of this. People are going to think I'm drinking beer. but she got me started on the no alcohol beer, and it was pretty good. The one she gave me was it's a different brand. It was a Budweiser. What'd they call that thing? Oh, she'll know. But
JG Mopar says modern cars equal cookie cutter cars. It's so strange the way the styles, like, they all start to look more and more like the same. Like, somebody will do something, but like this Toyota Tundra. Like, it almost doesn't, like, really look very Toyota-esque. It looks like a truck. Bigger, taller, truckier, sharp lines, because that's what they're all doing. Like, they're all such followers. It's so strange.
Indirect. Good evening. Yeah, Budweiser. Yeah, it was a...
NA means natural aluminum flavor. That's right, Hippie Long. Welcome to the stream.
We're going to have a natural aluminum car.
Oh, we will.
2024. I don't know what alloy this is, but it's fairly soft, and it's 4 thousandths thick. I know because I used to make stuff out of it.
That's right,
And,
Straight Bullet. Naturally aspirated beer only. None of that supercharged beer. Let's see. I'm confused now. Let's see. Bryce said, look at the self-driving Google car. Self-driving Google car?
You're gonna
Does
pull that
Google
up?
have a self-driving car? I'll look that up. Give me a moment. I don't.
Mexican Spec. Hi, all. I just delivered the Dart. I'll be heading back tomorrow. So you're in a hotel room or something, maybe. I hope. Oh, are you kidding me?
What is this thing? Nope,
That's the wrong
screen.
thing, wrong screen. Google's AI.
I guess it's
Yeah, there's what I want to drive.
this one. It's a jelly bean.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the 67 Dart or 66 Dart that you have is a better looking car.
Wow.
Well, anyway, the new
It doesn't
truck.
look like a whole car. It looks like a little like go-kart kind of thing. I don't know. For maybe for like in a closed situation, but couldn't even. I wouldn't feel safe getting in that to be on the road. Same with one of those little smart cars. They're just too small to be on the road on a real road. Yeah, congratulations, Mexican Spec, for delivering yet another car. That's fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna go
Benjamin
back.
Franklin said that.
What did he
Beer
say?
is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
There you go.
Okay, so I can start bringing up. I still don't have this email. I don't know what's going on. It's not here.
Did I say hello to Cutter Down Garage? Welcome to the stream.
I'm
Olive is here. Welcome to the stream. Dougster is here. You already said hi to Dougster. I just noticed that you had been reading Dougster's quote. Potato! Hey, anybody who doesn't know, Dougster Wolverine Garage, he's been a friend here for quite some time, and he is, Monday nights, he's doing a stream, and Dougster, he was like on for like 2.5 hours last night. I listened to the whole thing, and it was very entertaining, so check out Dougster Wolverine Garage on Monday night, throw him a like, some support, participate for a little while if you can, and just help a guy out. He's a lot of fun, and yeah, and he carries the stream alone. You know how difficult it is for us together. Can you imagine carrying a 2-hour stream by yourself? It's a little tough.
I checked my spam a while ago, but I'll check it again because he sent again. Spam. So, but
Monday. Yeah, that's right. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge for the Dougster Wolverine Garage.
Nothing in the spam.
Dougster tells good stories. He's got a bunch of them.
Oh, he had a live going last night. I missed the whole thing.
I know. I don't know what you were doing.
I think I fell asleep or something. I don't know.
You were watching. Oh, you know what? I think you were asleep because I heard you watching something like that.
I turned something on and I fell asleep. Something put me to sleep. And then I woke up and I went to the bathroom and I go, "What are you doing?" And you said, "I'm watching Dougster live." And I went, "Oh."
We were a little stressed. And I made him mow the lawn, and the lawnmower.
Oh, that puts me to sleep.
And no, it wears you out. It's exhausting. About an hour and a half out, the alternator failed on the Dart. Well, that makes sense. Like, it happens. Old stuff fails. It's part of the sorting process. The battery was dead when we arrived. The morning the alternator was rebuilt and the battery charged. Great.
That sounds like Mexico. You know, they rebuild stuff. That's pretty cool. That's how it used to be here. You rebuild the alternator. You don't just go find another one.
Here you go and buy one off the shelf and
it's rebuilt and you hope that
it's any better than the
and then you give
one.
them your good one. Yeah. I don't
give you one that lasts a week.
Yeah, that's that. Buddy Carfano sent that Datsun 1600 picture. I remember those things were all over the place. I remember those They were kind of like a copy of a British car. Kind of looked like a copy of a British engine. They were a little 1600 pushrod engine.
Stray Bullet says they're running out of new ideas. That's not entirely true, but yes, new is very difficult, right? Because just about everything is a rehash of something that's been done, right? And you kind of want, like, if you're working for Datsun, right? You want your Datsun car to look like a Datsun, so you try and incorporate Datsun type elements and not deviate too far from that. But then also, like, collision and impact road safety standards start to make all the cars sort of the same shape and size. And if you deviate too far and then there's a problem, it's easier to get sued. So everybody starts to, like, mimic each other so that they can get the same results. You know, they can get the same number of stars on their crash set and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's conformity is more common than.
Who was it? Somebody up here had already scrolled by, said, oh no, it's Stray Bullet said it's a Datsun 2000. No, that one's a 1600. But you know what? The only way you can tell from the outside is where it said 1600 or 2000 on the side. That's the only way I could tell the difference. So yeah, they look very much the same.
That's a really beautiful little runner.
Okay, I just got the
I wouldn't want to
email.
have to try and go somewhere on the highway in that. It looks terribly dangerous.
Those things drove. It's like driving an MGA or an MGB. They were nice little cars to drive.
I know, but like in that Toyota Tundra that you were just test driving, you wouldn't even see that car.
Yes, I mean, I miss the days when
like if it merged in front of you, you would not even see over the hood down to it.
Okay, so
run it right
can you
over.
scroll back up here and see Doob? What? Oh, Uncle Doob's World. There it is. You don't have to scroll up. He's back down here. Sorry, I mean, it says sending in the middle farm country. It's here.
The bits.
It's here. I'm downloading pictures from you right now.
Sometimes it's tough to get all the kilobits to go.
I'm downloading.
Thank you
right
for
now.
sending us pictures. Welcome as a new viewer. We're going to show the project.
Oops, where's my?
It looks like a good one too.
Okay, there you go.
Mexican Spec says, I'm not here with Mrs. Mexican Spec. I am here with Junior Spec's mom. Okay, well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here, Mexican
Junior Spec. My head is in the way.
Mexican Spec is a very diligent moderator. He moderates a lot of places and he's busy. Dr. Go is here. Welcome to the stream. I almost missed
Uncle Doob's World. Look at this. Look at this place. Look at the car. Look at the home. Look at this, the driveway, the grass. Just perfect. I mean, the whole thing. That just looks like the way the world should be, you know?
Yeah. Either you just really know your angles or you've got it made in the shade. Because that's looking really, really good. He's got a row of pine trees so you can't see the neighbor's house. Perfectly manicured lawn. Got the gardens. House sitting up there on the hill. Very nice. That's a beautiful car. Wow. If you were gonna get a Dart, I think that is, when you say Dart, I think that is kind of the picture that comes into most people's heads.
And looks like it's got calipers on the behind the wheels there.
Oh, for disc brakes? Were they factory disc brakes, or is that an upgrade? Because you could get upgraded from like 67 up. You could get the Kelsey Hayes disc brakes.
I don't know.
But you could also buy aftermarket.
Yeah, it's a Dart Swinger. That's nice looking car.
Dougster says it has the Raisin brand hood. That's the one with the 2 scoops.
And Dr. Go's here.
Let's see. I think I missed some.
You missed a bunch of people.
A lot's happening, guys. I'm sorry if I missed your comment. You're allowed to repeat yourself as long as you don't spam the chat. Would you? I would be
pissed off if somebody parked on my lawn. It's his lawn. We park on our lawn.
Cutter Down Garage asks, would you think of making some of your panels convex on your build? Will there be any convex panels on the aluminum car?
Probably not.
No. Okay. Nope.
Maybe.
You don't get no convex ones.
Maybe
not this one. Maybe the
yeah,
next one.
the hood's going to be kind of a weird shape, but yeah, probably not convex.
Stray Bullet likes engines that have multiple carburetors. That can be cool. It can be cool.
Yeah, I like that picture.
Yeah, like half of our vehicles are parked in the yard, and by half I mean like 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The trailer has a car on it. That's 10. God Lord, we got too many of you. We have a bunch of old junk cars lying around. And junk is like everything we own is junk.
Convex side scoops. You mean like a 58 Corvette?
Those would be cool. Like to cool brakes. That would be neat. Our brakes don't need cooling because we're too fast to stop.
Brakes don't need cooling. We don't use the brakes. How are they going to get hot? You know, we've been driving her dart around, and it's pretty nice. You just get in this old car and go somewhere.
My
And
dart's
it used
coming
to be,
together
she
finally.
kind of struggled with the 3-speed on the column because she forget and try to go into first gear. And of course, first gear on the older cars weren't synchronized. She didn't like that, you know. It's almost a stop sign. Like, you can't put it in first yet. And she didn't like that a whole lot. Then when we had to put the engine in, she put a 904 automatic in it. Now you just drive. It's nice, and it's that transmission. It feels new. It just feels really good. Trailer itself counts and skid steer.
Junque? Jun 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 Jun
Junk.
Junque. For snooty people. That's right. That's French junk. Hippie Long thinks we should have a drawing design contest and the winner gets the Fairmont. Not until we get our window.
No, we got to get all that. Fairmont's my parts car. It's just that's what it's going to be, and I need that. You know, I didn't think I needed that, but I remember when I had those cars. I had one that was 4 years old. It got bumped in the front end pretty good, so I fixed it, and then I put the 302 in it. I really liked that car, but you know, back then, if I needed some, I just call a parts store and it showed up. You know. And I had a shop then, so that's what I did, call a parts store, and then their delivery truck pulls up and I had a part. Well, you can't do that anymore, you know, there's a few things you can buy, but most of it you can't. So having that thing there is pretty good.
Tim is here. Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for sending in this picture. I really like this guy. The wing. What do you think of that wing?
I'm not sure what that wing is. It kind of looks like the wing I had on a 69 Mach 1, but I don't know. Maybe there's more of them that look like that. I don't know which wing that is.
I like the hood pins. I really love the grill that year. Boy, does it look nice.
You like that? Yeah, I do like that. I like that better than
I like that
better than the
bumper
pointy
and
ones.
that grill
Better than
on
the pointy
that
ones.
model. That's good. Boy, it looks clean. Did you get it like that, or did you restore it up like that from a lesser car?
So would the loser of the drawing contest get the Subaru? What are we going to do with that Subaru?
I don't know. It got 410 gears in the back, and I keep thinking I'm going to take that apart and use it for something.
It's 4-wheel drive.
Well, yeah, but the rear end is a 410.
So we could actually take all that junk out of the front and put a front engine, rear drive engine in it like for a normal car.
Yeah, but it's not a super heavy duty rear end. You couldn't put like a big powerful engine in it.
So you couldn't put like a 340 or something.
No, because the rear end's meant for an all-wheel drive, so it's meant for all the wheels to kind of be pulling. So if you started beating on it, it would break pretty short order. But I mean, Subaru parts are pretty cheap to get, except for motors, which they don't last. So everything else about Subarus are pretty cheap.
It would be kind of fun to make a front engine rear drive car, a Subaru.
Yeah, it's just a big old wagon. I don't know.
It's a big old wagon. Yeah, I know, and nothing's gonna fit up front because they got a real flat engine, so the hood slopes down. You'd have to cut a giant hole. Yeah.
silliness. And we have so many other things to work on.
Yeah, not like we don't have enough.
And yeah, that's the hardest part of it is we have so many other projects that we would rather be working on. So it's tough. And even some of the projects that we're working on now, I'm like, is this really what I want to spend my time on?
Buddy Carafano
I
sent
spend a
all
lot of
kinds
time
of weird
questioning
stuff.
myself.
He really sent some weird stuff this time.
Hippie Long says it needs the V8 fender badging. Oh yeah, that would be a little icing on the sprinkles on the but you know, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and then Buddy Carafano sent this. It's a 1967 Peugeot 404 Cabriolet. I don't think we even got those in the U.S. I'd never seen one before, but it's 67.
Are those good cars?
I don't know. I never really liked Peugeots a lot, but some people did. Who was the guy on TV? The cop. That was the investigator. Drove a Peugeot. Drove an ancient old Peugeot. You don't know, Kim? Somebody in here will know. They'll get points.
Okay.
He was a detective and run around this old Peugeot. Yeah, they're French, all right. Yeah, French cars, like Citroens and Peugeots and I don't know what else. Yeah, Colombo. There you go. Patrick Sullivan's got it. Cutter
2
Down's
points,
got it.
Patrick.
And Mexican
points,
Specs got it.
Okay, all the people who said Colombo already get 2 points. You guys,
remember
quick.
Colombo? Look up Colombo's car.
Okay.
Now that we can get rid of that Google terrible car.
It's just a little go-kart.
Well, somebody was asking how they passed the crash test. Well, it drives by itself. Maybe they crashed it with nobody in it. Then nobody gets hurt. Yeah, there we go. There he is, Colombo. That was a Peugeot. I don't know. Oh, a 403, a 1959 Peugeot 403. Yeah, and that's when all the cops on TV were driving around like in Firebirds and all the fast cars. And this guy drove around this thing. It was pretty funny. Who played Columbo? What was his name? Peter Falk? Peter Falk, I think. I remember watching him. He's a pretty funny guy.
Barrow says true mid-engine cars handle like a dream. I guess because of the weight ratio, front rear weight ratio. If it was easier to cool them, they would have been more common. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to cool them. Is it? I just think that to having
I don't know. A lot of the cars we put
engine in the middle of the car makes it tough to.
The mid-engine cars I worked
compartment.
on were De Tomaso Mangusta, De Tomaso Pantera. Worked on quite a few of those, and then I had a friend that built a mid-engine Corvair, and with the same thing, we put the radiator up front. I did that cooling system, and we didn't have any problem cooling them. But didn't he have a Parrot? No, different guy. The guy that had the Parrot was another detective. What was his name? Remember the guy with the Parrot? Dark-haired guy. Okay, and Buddy Carafano sent this as well. Citroen Douchevaux. Looks like 2CV, but it's a Douchevaux.
Cutter Down Garage says he found a Citroen in an abandoned house once.
Yeah, that guy's name was Beretta. The guy that was the guy with the Parrot. But I can't think of his real name, but I'd know if I heard it.
Dr. Go says I met a man who was a chef at the Peugeot factory.
Yeah, we used to go.
They cooked actual lunch and actual dinner for workers on the line. I mean, that's how you keep people.
Where is this? It's a chef.
Having a cafeteria at a factory makes sense.
Sounds like something they do in France.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to have people, a big factory filled with people, like what are you going to feed them if you don't have a cafeteria? Are they gonna eat out of vending machines?
Yeah, who played Beretta? Yep, Robert Blake. Somebody popped it up. Robert Blake.
George Wendt died today. That's Norm from Cheers.
Oh, really?
Rest in peace, Norm.
Norm. Oh, okay. I know who Norm is.
The Bears.
What's this? He shot his wife, Blake. That's it. Blake did? Cut it out. I've got free 3,252 pound 1970 Chevy step van. Thinking of moving the engine back 2 feet and making it auto with one-piece shaft, hoping to lift tires if I do. Man, I would like to fix up an old step van. That would
That's
be pretty
wild.
cool. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, Barrows, I'd love to find a 351 Cleveland Pantera 4-speed transaxle that I could afford. Yeah, good luck. That people that have those things probably have them all hoarded somewhere for themselves. Yeah, what was that? That was it was a ZF 5-speed. And the other one, the one before that, the Mangusta had a Hewland 5-speed, which is a lighter duty transmission.
Stray Bullet says you bring a lunch, Kim. I mean, I've worked plenty of places where you bring a lunch because you have to, because like when I worked as a survey technician.
Kim has never worked construction. We brought along. She worked construction.
I worked plumbing.
She worked a lot of construction.
Sometimes you'd be working someplace where there was no fast food or anything like if you were working at there'd be locations where it wasn't practical to go out somewhere and get a lunch and come back because you only got a half hour for lunch. So you had to pack a lunch. But if you have a factory, a place that you know you're always going to be every day, the same site, right? Yes, you can bring a lunch, but there's a gate and a parking lot and you got to walk out of the place. Maybe you have to change out of your work clothes and stuff like that. Like, you can't go out to eat, so now you're packing lunch every day. It kind of stinks. They should have a facility. There's no reason why they can't have a cafeteria and rotate and have something different. Every 10 days have something different. Pizza on Fridays or whatever. Just like, it's not that tough. And then people can have hot meals some days instead of always packing a lunch. I don't know. I know that there have been times where I was putting in 10-hour days for 3 weeks because it was a summer crunch, and like I didn't have time to go to the grocery store at night, and I was exhausted, and I didn't have time to I wanted to go home, and like if I was working someplace in a factory, like why? And I worked at a call center, right? And the only food they had pizza some days, but they had vending machines. You ever eat a sandwich or like a hamburger out of a vending machine?
What out of a vending machine?
A hamburger.
Oh, yeah, Titan, we had them. They were darn good. I don't know where they came from, but
they were okay.
Exceptionally good.
But it wasn't a big enough place probably to have a cafeteria.
No, but we had
a big factory. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm going machines. On and on about it.
I was going to say something up there. Dougster says, bald Greek guy who likes suckers. Kojak, Telly Savalas. See, when my son was born, this was in 1981, he had this little wispy kind of blonde hair, and within about 2 weeks, it was gone. I started saying, man, he looks like Kojak. And then a couple of months later, he had a pretty good head of hair again. It was kind of funny. He lost the hair that he was born with. So he was Kojak there for a while. Man, that was a while ago. Because he's like, how old is he now? He's like 44? 43? He's 43? No, 44. 43. He's 43 years old now. 43 and bought that big old truck.
Uncle Doobsworth says he's thinking about doing some content on his swinger if people would be interested. I think people would watch it, but, it has to be something that you want to do. Do a walk around, or if it's got special features, or just to document what it looks like. That's always, I don't know. That's fun to do. I mean, we do that all this kind of work all the time, so it's easy for us to be like, yeah, do it. But like,
You want to see how the Japanese copied a car? This was a 67 Gia. What is this Gia? It's right in where I'm in the way. Gia 450 SS Roadster. I remember when these came out, I really liked them. We never had them in the U.S. I see pictures of them. Look up like a 72 Toyota Celica.
oh yeah, I see it right away when you say it.
72 Toyota Celica. It's like they copied it almost. It's like they went over and just pulled molds off of it. And it was quite a few years later. Yeah, look at the nose on that.
Oh, it looks a lot like it.
And then switch it back. I remember when these came out, my first reaction was, looks like a Gia.
Yeah.
They just copied it, you know.
Yeah.
But it does look good.
There's a lot of comparisons there.
Talk about sandwiches. What I don't understand is when you go into travel centers, you know, you pick up these little sandwiches, and they're made like in Montana or something. It's like, how did they get it from there to here, and it's still good? But is that just a lot of preservatives? What the heck? Or maybe they freeze them. I don't know. Used to sell rail sandwiches at liquor stores. You heated them up in an infrared oven. Oh.
Infrared. Did anybody see in the new junkyard digs where they go to NASCAR in their RV? Somebody bought gas station roller hot dog flavored potato chips. That was the funniest gas station garbage food I've ever seen in my life. Roller hot dog flavored potato chips. Dougster says he worked at a company that was vehemently non-union, and they gave perks for us not to union, so that basically the union still did get you perks by the threat of unionizing. One was a cafeteria where they had a hot lunch it was at cost, so no profit, so it would be $1.75 for a full meal, right? You should be able to do that for people. When it's a big factory, there's a place where it makes sense to have like two people in the kitchen making meals for people. And then the other thing is you can give people a half hour for lunch, and they can go down to the cafeteria, eat, and be back. It's no stress for them at all. That's how you keep employees. Not that stupid. I mean, you hear about the crazy Silicon Valley perks. Yoga nap time and crazy stuff.
Believe you're at the front. Looks like a midget 70 Torino.
What's this car?
That is a 1967 Russian Volga that Buddy Carfano sent in.
Thank you, buddy.
Here we are in 1967. We had Corvettes and Mustangs and Impalas, 427. Just think of the cars, 1967. And that was what the wealthy Russians got to drive, because anybody that was a car like for
royalty.
People that did very well, were in a good position, KGB, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was one of their best. Little 4-cylinder, horrible car. It's a front engine rear drive.
Patrick Sullivan says, I watched in the test drive bit got annoying Kim.
What?
I'm confused.
I watched in the test drive bit got annoying Kim. What, did she get annoyed? I'm not sure. It was a short I did we were just in the dark going somewhere. We were coming back out of Clarksville. We were near the university, and I just grabbed a little short.
I'm not understanding.
Okay, well, we don't know.
Maybe it will be clarified. Family picnics were unbelievable because they own the company. Yeah. I mean, there's a such thing as a good company that's not unionized. Unions come when companies stink and people have to do something about it.
Oh, Junkyard Digs video. Okay.
Oh, the test drive. Oh, yeah. They really did play that for way too long, Patrick Sullivan. And you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that Junkyard Digs video, they dragged out the beginning a really long time. But, you know, they had fun, and that's what's important.
Oh, here's a good one. Buddy Carafano sent this in.
Is that an Opal?
No, but you got to shrink it down. Because he actually sent a link, and then when I pushed the link, it was huge. So what is that? Who knows what that is? That's a very desirable car, and not too many of them, and now they're worth a fortune.
Really?
But yeah, I remember those things being around. I'd only seen like a couple of them in real, in person. Like going down Highway 1 in California or something. Let's see here. Oh, they're test driving the RV and end up at not an Opel GT. It is a, Dougster got it right. It's a Toyota 2000 GT. And that was quite a car when it came out. Didn't make many of them. It's expensive. And then now it's really expensive.
Oh, Dougster knew. He gets 2 points.
He knew right off what it was. A bunch of people know what it is. Talking about cars in general, had chrome and stainless until metallic paint arrived. One replaced the other. Yeah, but you look, metallic paint came out way long time ago, but there just wasn't a lot of it. Who had metallic first? I know. I can't think of who did, but Jay on What It's Like did. Man, I think it was like a 1930s Chrysler product. Had I think that's what it was. It was a 1930s car, had metallic paint on it. I was really surprised, and he said it was original. Oh, it says here Ackerman Toyota in St. Louis had one of those in their showroom back in the day. Wow. Cut her down. Commercial. What happened? We had commercials go through.
We did. Yeah.
I missed that. I want to say something about that Toyota truck my son bought that I got to drive. That thing was built in Texas. That kind of surprised me.
The Tundra?
The Tundra, yeah, it was a car built in Texas, truck built in Texas.
Oh, I hear a siren.
I hear sirens again. Yeah, there's one convertible Toyota 2000. I think Jay Leno drove it on one of the. I think he went to Japan to drive it, and drove the Toyota 2000 convertible. Yeah, you look at that thing. That's really something. And it's got hidden headlights that are up above, but it's got those driving lights down there that almost look like headlights. And then what's really, you don't notice it at first, or I don't, is how curved and wrap around that windshield is. It's and then they made left-hand drive versions of it, because I did see the ones I saw here were left-hand drive.
Buddy Carfano says I got a Planet Fitness ad. He gets 2 points. Tim says he got a Harbor Freight ad for their Daytona floor jack. He gets 2 points. Thank you for calling out the advertisers and for enduring commercials. Those commercials help pay for all of the kilobits. 5,000 kilobits per second we're streaming out. But then they have to send that to each and every one of you. So I guess that gets expensive, and they sell advertisements to pay for all of that. So we kind of...
Cut her down. Says, did you enjoy it? Any cons? Are you talking about the Toyota truck? It is enormous. I think I would like that going down the road, like the highway, going somewhere. But driving around town, I don't know where you park it. We parked it. He had me park it in a parking space with no other cars around. And then it's like a Tesla. It's got all these cameras around, and it'll show a view up above, and they swing around and everything. There's no way I'm going to fit that thing in a parking space. I tried. It sticks out several feet beyond the parking space. You got to find big parking space. I don't know where you park that thing. He says, yeah. My son says, yeah, you park it at Walmart way out at the far away as you can get.
You got to have a big garage if you want to park it indoors, because it is a big... it's just
big thing. Dougster got a Toyota ad. How convenient.
All right, Dougster, you get 2 points for your Toyota ad. Dallas from the American Hot Rod Association is here.
Hey,
He mentions the obscure car, the Holden FE, which is a 3/4 scale of a 55 Chevy. I'll look it up.
you can look that up. I was hoping we'd have more. People didn't send many pictures in tonight. Um, Uncle Dube's Swinger, got that one.
Well, that's all right. I have some other things that we can talk about. And
And I was
for
going to
a
ask.
change, we don't have to go super, 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 super late for a
And
change.
Luis is here. Good evening. And the other thing I was going to ask, Dallas, how was your Buick? What was it? Buick Nationals, whatever it is, where they run all the Buicks. Because I know that's what you were doing during the week. What is that? A big white spot. Okay, so this is this Holden FE. Oh, it's doing something.
Refuses to go away. Try to relax, okay?
Okay.
There it is. There's
Stray
a
bullet
rare
says I
car.
park my long bed extra cab wherever I want.
Tonight's stream is 1967.
Yeah,
That's
we
why
were
we
doing.
had so many
We're
1967
doing
cars on.
67 cars, but of course we do whatever comes up, you know.
Yeah, we're having fun. It's not like a strict rule, but it just gives us some guidance
And
of what we're looking for. And
that's why that Toyota 2000 came out, because it's 1967. Luis says, I think about a 67 Jensen Interceptor.
did they have one in 67? I'd look it up.
Probably. I remember working on those things back then. That would have been about the age of them. They had 440 Chryslers in them. I mean, that was quite a car. British sports car with a 440 Chrysler in it.
Why was it called an Interceptor?
I don't know, because you intercept stuff with it. Probably because you
What
can
did
catch anything with it.
Interceptor sounds like a cop car designation.
Well, because Ford calls their police cars an Interceptor. They have a little tag on the back that says Police Interceptor. That Holden kind of looks like a Nash.
It did kind of look like a Nash. I see, yeah.
Mexican spec. I used to park my hearse in a compact space. I don't like discrimination. Yeah, just turn all the red lights. Oh, it's a hearse, not an ambulance. It's because they turn on all the red lights. I had a friend that had a '59 Cadillac ambulance. It was red and white, and it was probably 10 years before the Ghostbusters movie, but it looked just like that. And he'd put some white T-shirt material over top of all of the red light lenses, but when you turn them on, of course, they light up bright red. And he used to park wherever he wanted, turn the lights on. Police got upset with him, to say the least.
Wow, for a first car, who said their first car? Cutter Down Garage was a 1967 GMC 3500. That's such an unusual first car. Like you
With
just
a 253 speed, this sounds like a car that Mexican Spec would have for sale.
yeah, and that's a small engine for such a big truck.
Well, I think a lot of them in Mexico had that engine. Mexican Spec, don't you have one of those right now for sale? Maybe it's a Chevy, maybe it's a GMC, but it's.
Oh, look there. That's a popular truck to jack way up
Oh
in there.
man, it's a nice looking truck, you know.
Yeah, but for a 3500 to only have a
Yeah, but
a 253 speed.
it doesn't
that
need to be
seems like-
fast. It just needs to haul load, you know. I don't know. Yeah, it does seem a little small, but
I mean, what gear ratio? It must have had like super low gearing if you're expecting to haul stuff around with a 1 ton. Isn't the
there's
3500 a 1 ton?
yes. Dallas is asking, what about the '67 Apollo GT 5000? Was that an Italian car?
I don't know. I will look it up. We're going to leave the GMC up here for a minute in case anybody wants to. I don't want to move too quickly, but I don't want to linger about something that nobody's really talking
I think
about.
he's talking about an Italian car that I think it had a Ford engine in it. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Buick Nationals was great. Took my kids along. They loved it. Well, that's good. Did you take a car? I mean, I suppose if you took your your truck, which is a Buick powered. What is that thing called? I can't think of a big old Chevy SUV. Oh,
Does it
that's
look like
not
a,
what I was thinking of. That's not
look
what
like
I
a
was thinking of.
Jaguar?
That's,
Jaguar?
oh, that's quite a car.
Oh, that's right. Dallas is down there where they might be getting some weather.
Oh yeah, how's the weather down there? Well, it's probably gone through by now. Yeah, there were some tornadoes down that direction tonight. Oh, Mexican Spec says not a 3500. Most here were half-ton trucks. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of those trucks that you show have 6-cylinder Chevys in them. HR, do they have? Belong's asking if they have cars, parts. Is that parts, you think? I don't know what that is. Scales at the events.
The AHRA generally does not have swap meets at the events.
Yeah, Suburban. That's what he
Yeah.
has. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dallas
know,
has a.
like No Name Nationals, some of the participants have a table with some parts that they're selling, but there's not like a big vendor section like you'll see at like Mopar Nationals or something like that.
You get talking to Dallas about Buicks, he knows everything about Buick engines.
Everything?
He's pretty sharp with that stuff. And he's got a Suburban, a Chevy Suburban with a Buick 400 and a automatic with the 2-speed or dual, whatever they call it. It's special torque converter, 2 different stall speeds. It's pretty nice. It's really fun to drive. I took the Suburban and the 78 Century that I've dubbed Clarence Gobblepot. So what did everybody think of that Century? That's a pretty nice car. It looks like that car just looks great.
Oh, he probably hasn't had any time at all to do anything with
Are you
it.
trying to show
He
that?
just got it. Not yet. I would.
Oh, okay.
Someone mentioned the Buick Grand Nationals. I didn't know what it looked like in '67, so I brought one up.
Andrew Button's here. Good evening.
I don't think they called it a Grand National in '67. I think they called it a Grand Sport. Does that sound right to you? You would know these things. It wasn't called a Grand National until later.
Yeah. The Grand National is like right next to your head right there.
But that's like an '80s car.
Yes. It's not a Dynaflow. It's a switch pitch. What everybody doesn't like that word. They're tired of Dallas saying switch pitch, but
no, they're just giving him a hard time.
The Dynaflow had a similar torque converter, but it was a single-speed transmission. And Dallas is a 3-speed transmission with that torque converter. Oh, we got more stuff coming in. Oh, Dean Stevenson's here. Have you seen Dean Stevenson? I haven't seen Dean Stevenson, but he's sending emails.
Lester LeSabre says, Mexican Spec sounds like bad alternators are a pattern for you lately. You know what? Cars that don't get driven very hard or very, very much, you put them out on the highway and drive them for a couple hours, like you'll burn up the rest of the brushes on the alternators. That's can happen. So, but it does seem like he had a good run of bad luck on that. Do you want me to zoom in on?
Yes, Dean Stevenson. I don't know if he's here. I haven't seen him in the chat, but he's sending pictures, so maybe he's here. That's a Falcon from down under, New Zealand. Look where the steering wheel is. Looks a lot like our Falcon. Looks very, very much like our Falcon.
What year is that? 67?
67, I think. And then he had other
That's
pictures
really
he sent.
unusual looking for some reason.
It kind of looks like our 67 Falcon. Might actually be everything the same, except it drives on the wrong side and the trim.
Maybe I
trim
haven't
on the
seen a
trunk.
Ford Falcon in a really long time.
Look up 67 Falcon and see what you come up with.
The trunk looks different. It doesn't even look like a Ford quite.
Variable pitch torque converter. It's actually a 2-speed torque converter. Oh yeah, Colleen, it's been rough. Hail sideways, strong winds. Yeah, I was watching that line come through down there. I was thinking about you. We got through it somehow without anything bad. So I'm gonna go to his next one. Oh, look at that. Somebody did something to one of those 67 Falcons. Looks like some kind of race vehicle.
Those are stickers.
Yeah, but look at the bumpers and the cage in the car and
Yeah. Some kind of dirt car.
look at the size of the tires. That's a police there?
Traffic cop, yeah.
1967 XR Falcon traffic car. That's interesting. Oh, so Dean Stevenson is here. Here he is. He popped in. X-rated.
Oh, Barrows, thank you for putting up a link to Dallas's channel. Now, is that Mr. Rodder's neighborhood or is that the AHRA? Because there's two channels there. A lot of people already know, but if you don't, check out Dallas Brown is the president of the American Hot Rod Association. He has his personal channel, which is Mr. Rodder's Neighborhood. And there's also a channel called AHRA, which stands for the American Hot Rod Association. And they do TikTok lives on Wednesday nights, just about every week, as long as is allowed. And often Dallas Brown is on with Professor P of
Slant Daily Garage.
Slant Daily Garage. Thank you.
And Professor P is an engineer at Edelbrock, so he's a good guy. With candy on top. Yeah, the candy machine up there. We used to call it bubble gum machine. Here's another one from Buddy Carafano from 1967. I'm trying to get my head out of the way. 67
Grand Sport. Yeah, I have one on the screen right here.
Yeah, well, he put one up too. So
okay, well, good. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then he put one here. It says best Buick ever. Let's see what he thinks is the best Buick ever. Oh, it's a 70, but we'll show it. He says that's the best Buick ever. I don't know.
The GSX. I don't like the scale of the rear of the car. The back end of the car is a little bit big in this profile.
It's the same body as a Chevelle. Look at the top. But the rest of the sheet metal is different. And of course, it's got a Buick engine.
It's a nice car.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Andrew Button said Mr. Rogers drove a Honda Accord, and so do I.
Well, this is Mr. Rodder.
A very practical car. Honda Accord, good car. 300,000-mile car.
Tomorrow night will be Tech Talk. I've been away for a couple of weeks. You were away because of the Buick event. You were away helping me drag an old dead Ford back to my place, which I really appreciate the help there. And we had a good time. You get two car guys driving for hours and hours and hours in a car talking about all kinds of crap, and then it was an interesting trip. And then we had some trouble. We had some trouble with his Suburban. That switch pitch works because of one of the things that makes it work is you can touch the brake pedal, and because of the switch for the taillights for the brake lights, it'll change to the higher stall speed, and 20 seconds later it goes back to the lower stall speed, which is pretty cool. Except the switch quit working. So there we are in some parking lot, pulled off the side of the road, and he's underneath, and he's messing with the switch, and there was a tire shop right across the street, and he borrowed some spray, I don't know what it was, some kind of spray penetrating oil, and shot it up in there and got that switch working again, because little spring-loaded switch, and it quit coming back out. So you got it working perfectly after that. All it needed was a little lube, and so there we are alongside the road. It's like just a simple thing, though.
Hippie Long asks, will his stock 273 4-barrel 4-speed blow his rear end if he takes it to the drag strip because of the sticky surface? So...
What rear end?
it depends on what rear end. It's probably a 7 1/4. And if it is not a shore grip, I would not beat on it at all. I would not beat on it at all.
That is, if it's a small rear end, yeah, I mean, there's always a risk.
If it has the shore grip in it, they're a lot stronger than the open 7 1/4. And it depends on what tires you have. 38 Racing, like he says, it depends on how hard you launch it. I mean, you have to be careful about your clutch as well if you're launching too hard on a drag strip. But yeah, if you have great big meaty tires, you put a lot of stress on everything if you're trying to really. And 4-barrel 273, how much horsepower do you think a 4-barrel 273 had? Because they ran 318s in front of 7 1/4s, and you would break them if you were intentionally abusive. But they ran 7 1/4s from the factory because it should take the horsepower if you're just driving it.
So what rear end should he have? Or what rear end would be the best one? You're a Chrysler person. I can't remember all what they are. 8 3/4?
So if you're going to take it to the drag strip regularly, probably an 8 3/4 seems like the right thing to do. An 8 1/4 has that problem where I think it's a C-clip rear end, and they don't recommend that for drag racing.
Oh man, I was with Tony the night he had Bottle Rocket drag strip, and I was riding in the back seat on the right side, and Tony and Kathy Bananas up front, and he jumped on it in the pits, and we were kind of off in the far corner of the pits, and he did a wheelie with me in the car. I was like, holy crap, the 318. And it was before he had the bottle hooked up. I was amazed, but it had a 8 1/4 rear end. He took it out on the drag strip right after that and busted an axle. So
an 8 1/4 is pretty strong.
So then he put an 8.
Tony had a pretty big motor
he had
in front of that 8
1/4. Good running 318, and he broke the 8 1/4. And he didn't have, it had a C-clip type, so the axle came shooting out.
I mean, if you can find an 8 3/4, that's a more than enough rear end. That's an excellent rear end to have, and then you can get the dropout center section and try different gears and stuff like that. If you've got the money to enjoy your car in that way, then and you can find an 8 3/4 that fits your A body, then definitely go that way. I don't know how much additional parasitic loss there is with an 8 3/4. I mean, with a 200 horsepower engine, I don't know. A lot of people have opinions about it, and they're probably all valid in different kinds of ways, I mean, if you're drag racing, eventually you're going to start breaking stuff because that happens. I have an 8. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Tippy Long says I have 7 1/4 that leaves posi marks. 8 1/4 are A body. Is impossible.
No, you can find them. They're expensive.
Do you have one?
You could sell a 7 1/4 posi. Is a very valuable piece. So you can make a little money back on the sale of that, because a regular 7 1/4 is worthless. But if it has a posi in it, it's got some value to it. But yeah, I know the 8 3/4 are hard to get for an A body.
Luis is taking off. Good night. Thanks for coming by.
You can get a 9-inch, and then you can
9-inch forward.
have it made any size you want and get axles in any length that you want and any bolt pattern that you want. But you're talking
the money.
Money, yeah.
The cutaway of that switch pitch looks like lunar lander module technology.
It is lunar. That's how they got to space on a switch pitch. What do you got on your screen there?
Oh, this is one Barty Carafano said, and I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird for us because it's a Ford Rural, and
Oh.
it's a Brazilian car, but the back of it definitely looks like a Jeep. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
That looks like a Willis.
It does, but he says it's a Ford Rural, and then when I look, I can't zoom that in because of what it is. But it does look like it has a Ford logo on the front. No, it doesn't. It has something else on the front. God, it looks like a Willis from the.
Yeah, not in the front, but on the sides.
Yeah, I don't know.
Definitely
Don't know
looks
much
like
about
one that
that.
I've seen.
Don't know much about that.
All right, this is going to be a little change.
Oh,
We're going to do the part of the show.
Barrows sent something in.
Okay, we'll do Barrows first.
Barrows first? Okay.
Before I change it out. I'm going to do a different segment here in a few minutes.
Okay, he says, can you tell what's wrong with this front end? Answer, nothing. That's what a twin I-beam does when you back up. Pull forward and tires. I don't know about that. Okay, let's see. Now I got to show it.
38 Racing says it looks like a Crosley. Perhaps.
Okay, you might have to back up a little bit. Back off.
Oh, no. That's not right at all. And that is not a twin I-beam because I can see the leaf spring.
Well, yeah, I
can see the front leaf spring.
That's a twin I-beam? That
No,
looks like
that
looks like an axle. It just has a lot of positive camber, but I don't know. Or positive caster, I mean.
You see how right above your head, I can see
a leaf spring.
Yeah. So that means it's a solid axle.
Yeah, Barrows, you sure about this?
That looks like a severely bent control arm.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's four-wheel drive, so they did have solid axles up front. You know, they had a axle up front.
Yeah, that's right. It wouldn't have a control arm. It would
and you can see the hub in the center of the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how high it's sitting. And all those old Fords set up real high at four-wheel drives. I don't know, man. 38 says there were split front axles with leaf springs. Really?
I've never seen split front. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't exist because I don't know every vehicle, but I didn't know that they had a split front axle on a Ford. A big Ford like that.
Yeah, but that looks like,
they were solid axles.
That does look like a four-wheel drive hub on the front.
Yeah.
Well, wheels are kind of interesting.
I never saw the split axle with leaf springs. That's a kind of an unusual sort of
rusted to create an infinite front suspension. Barrows, yeah, that's a F-250 four-wheel drive twin I. They still have leaves up front that do that goofy thing when you back up.
They actually do that when you back up. That's insane. Wow. Well, thank you for showing us that, Barrows.
Yeah, I'd like to see what that suspension looks like because I don't remember.
I don't even want to see it. It looks horrible. All right, we're gonna go. I instituted. I'm trying to incorporate a slightly new segment into our. What have I done?
You went to the wrong page.
Okay. I'm gonna fix it. This is the part of the show where we look at Facebook Marketplace and how it relates to the thing that we're talking about this evening. Let's see.
See that 67 Camaro right there? My 67 Camaro had the hidden headlights.
One here, the black one?
No, the one above that.
Oh, the brown one.
The $40,000 one. Mine did not. What happened?
It's coming up. It takes a second.
Mine did not have a hood like that, but it was that color, had that stripe around there, but it had the hidden headlights. And my 67 was just a stock 67 SSRS 350, and it was a 67 with a 350, which is kind of unusual. So but I drove it around for quite a while. But I remember that color.
I'm sorry if this is too jarring, because we have changed the format.
Oh.
But what I do is go on Facebook Marketplace. I type in the year that is tonight, and we see what's on sale in our local market of this year, what people are asking, what we might be able to jump into as a project, maybe a little dreaming. And yeah, it's not to take over like we've been through most of the viewer submissions. So it's my turn to sort of, and this could bring up some cool conversation, right? If you
I
have
guess.
$40,000, you can get yourself a 67 Chevy Camaro SS Coupe 2-door, 9-inch rear end, strange center section, power, let's see, power glide with Ultra Bell, 70 over 454 with 95 passes since rebuild. Steel except hood, scratch resistant Lexan. Jeez. Runs 610 to 615 range. Yikes.
40 grand.
For those
Yeah,
of
let's
you
get
who
back
wish to
out of
go
that.
fast. All right. So I was listing by distance closest. And I don't want to do that. Do you want to start with high price or low prices? Are we going for the glamour or the dreamer?
I don't know. I can't afford any of it.
No lowballers. I know what I got segment. All right, that means we're going with the dreamers. Oh, we're going to the crack. Wait, Patrick Sullivan, no lowballers. I know what I got segment. That's the crackhead segment.
There's the one I can almost afford, the 67 wheel horse lawn ranger.
There you go. That's in your price range.
$400.
The
$300.
crackhead section is where we go. The price lowest first. Because that's always where we find the crazy. Ooh, the snow pony is pretty cool. There's a 67 snow pony.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't know.
Hope we
Junkyard
never-
Texas loves the.
Hope we never have enough snow
All
to
right, we
run
got
that.
some farm equipment, a Yamaha motorcycle.
What's going on with that $850 67 Dodge Coronet?
Oh, everybody's got a Dodge Coronet that they want to get rid of.
It's a 4-door. Oh, man. Look at the fender. Looks like they made it out of Bondo on top of the rust.
That's right. 4-door. You could see it's parked in there with a bunch of other well-loved cars. Got the aftermarket AC unit. Alabama bill of sale. Hope Hull, Alabama. Does it have a motor? Oh, it has a motor in it. That could be a real car someday still.
That's a what is that? That's a 318 LA?
Yeah, it's a small block because the distributor's in the
Yeah,
back.
it's the first year for the LA 318.
All right, there you go. I don't know.
It's probably, I don't know, $850. Probably.
Nah, for a 4-door, why even go? Why even go chase down something like that?
See those wheels that you passed by?
Wheels.
The 67 Chevy Classic, they say. It's got those.
Lovely. You got a set like that, don't you?
I do have a set like that. Yes, I do. Don't know what I'm going to use them on yet.
Here I like this, and it stood out to me for some reason because it's a 2-door, and it's in my price range. Listed a day ago in North Vernon, Indiana. It is a 1967 Rambler American. Very solid, very little rustage, mostly complete except for engine and mostly complete except no engine or transmission. Could be a neat little hot rod. Has a title. Very neat.
Mexican
You'll find
spec
a lot of
got
cars in the South with no titles.
Mexican Spec got a AutoZone Mexico ad.
Oh, okay. You get 2 points for calling out your advertisers.
Yeah, that was actually isn't a bad looking car, except, I mean, at one time. It's a little rough now.
It needs a little paint.
How much they want for that?
$1,500. No powertrain though.
Look at the rust. I wonder how the floors are.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they'll show us. No
Ooh,
bumper.
that's not good.
They did a little bit. Oh! It's got rubber mats, so you can't tell if there's floors or not. Got the aftermarket steering wheel. Dash looks like hell. Interior's pretty rough. Send this to Mexico. They'll fix it right up for you. Send that to Mexico. All right, let's see. School bus, Lincoln Continental, Opel GT. Is this a dreamer car?
That's a rough.
Let's see what the $2,000. Let's see what 2,000 gets you. $2,000 gets you in
It's got
Van Clave, Mississippi.
Stuff growing on it.
There's a lot of pictures. Let's see. 67 Opel GT.
Fake
Oh
Corvette.
yeah.
I did like the style of those things when they were new, but
This isn't a barn find. This is swamp find. Swamp find comes with
oops.
oh, a clean Mississippi car. Yep. Has
Somebody
3
stole
out
the
of 4
radiator.
spark plugs. Okay, this is trash. $2,000 my butt.
Okay. What about that cornet in lower right-hand corner?
Cornet. Man, everybody's got an old cornet they want to get rid of.
Oh, what's that hanging down?
It's kind of straps.
Look like the springs are hanging down, but they can't be.
No,
Oh yeah,
there's
guys.
some kind
Oh,
of
it's got tie-down
straps.
straps because they had them in the front as well.
Yeah, they must have just taken it off the trailer. It's got an
$2,200.
interesting patina. It's cute.
$2,200. A lot of good stuff on it.
Oh, the hood's a little smashed, but you can find hoods for these around Tennessee. People got them. Cornet, what's the badging?
Cornet 500.
Oh, it's a 500. Yeah. Got floors in it. No seats. Console shift automatic, probably. I wonder if it's got the motor.
Barrows, he likes that Rambler. He says put a 460 Ford.
Rough in places, but restorable. 318 automatic. Car by the VIN. There's no engine or transmission in it now. What's with people asking $2,200 for a car that doesn't even have a locked up motor in it? Man,
I just
dreamers.
Oh no, I didn't. You didn't pay that much for my car. I guess it didn't have a motor in it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Morris Minor, $2,500. That looks shiny.
Mustang convertible. Oh, okay.
Hold on. Not running. Reach out for details. Price is firm.
Clean title.
Clean title?
It says clean title.
Where?
Last thing about
Oh,
this
okay.
vehicle.
The little. That's kind of a neat little car.
You never seen a Morris Minor? I guess they were pretty much gone, but yeah, you're 20 years younger than me. Those things were around.
$2,500 though. We're getting into the money. GS 400 swamp car.
I was looking at that Mustang over there. Mustang convertible.
Mustang convertible?
Not that I like convertibles, but I haven't ever seen one for
That's
that
a
kind of
Kiwi
price.
car. He loves building those Mustangs. Times have changed, Kim.
A lot of missing stuff on it, but if it's solid, it's okay.
Bear Rose says, I'd do that Rambler. It's just rough enough to be able to do whatever you want with it. Slap a 460 and hold on. Yeah. It belongs to Mississippi, where even fiberglass can rust. You better believe it. Mississippi, it's the swamp effect. You know,
we're right between that. Tennessee's kind of like, you're not in a swamp yet, but you're out of the northern salt roads.
There's places
pretty
where I
good
see marketplace ads for cars here in Tennessee, and you could see it sitting in a swampy spot. And it's like, no, I don't. It's probably been flooded.
Probably has a Flintstones floor.
Calvin Nelson says 1967 was a good year for cars and music. Welcome to the stream.
What'd you call him?
K. Nelson. Is it
K.
Calvin?
I don't know. I didn't know where you said Calvin.
I'm not sure which K. Nelson you are.
K. Nelson.
But welcome, man. It's good to have you. Let's see. It's got a 289. Clean title. No clue if it runs. Who has a Mustang convertible from 67 doesn't know if it runs?
Oh, yeah, it's a Flintstone floor.
Floors are looking good.
What floors?
Very little rust.
Very little rust. There's nothing left to rust.
I mean, I think a 67 Ford convertible with a title is probably worth what they're asking, even though it probably needs $10,000 worth of work.
Mexican specs got to take off. All right, hey, thanks for stopping by and have a good trip tomorrow. Oh, it's probably a bus trip tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, Mexican spec, get some rest. Thanks for being here, though. It did have you were right, Straight Bullet has it. Here you go. 67 Ford F350. This looks like something.
What?
Something different. National Uniform Service. It's a.
Oh my God! I've never seen anything like
vehicle, that. Huh? Never seen anything like it.
Nope. Looks kind of like the school bus where they tack the front end on.
It does,
But it's not a
yeah.
school bus. It's much smaller. Yeah, I just never seen that kind of body before.
Yeah, it's a commercial cabin chassis with an aluminum body on it. Don't see them around anymore. No, I don't think you do. Let's see if there's any other cool pictures of it. You guys see what that is. 1967. That's what they were doing. All right. Blue Grit says, this is Anna. We're working on a 67 Mustang. I'd send you a picture, but I'm not sure how. I like the
Oh,
Fred Flintstone Mustang you're looking at.
you remember Anna?
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
we
So do I.
enjoyed meeting you.
Yeah. So put the.
Her and her dad do
Yeah,
videos,
put
and they work
yeah,
on
you're already
Mustangs a
there.
lot.
Put in the email for
Yeah,
it.
I'll put the email address in. If you have email on your phone, you can send it to us.
Anna's a horse person that's quickly becoming a car person. That's pretty cool.
Stick with horses.
Stick with horses.
Get a horse. Yeah, and that Ford convertible is in Detroit, Michigan. So
Oh,
that's
you
the
know
other
that's
thing.
going to be rusty.
Well, right, but that's what you get in Detroit, so it's probably not the old Ford Utilities. There's a few motorhomes around here that look a lot like that one. Yeah, I guess in '67, that's kind of what they were doing. Let's
Oh, Dean
see.
Stevenson just sent pictures in. I'm downloading those. And it's one of my favorite cars. One of my all-time favorites. Dean, you sent in good pictures here. Somebody's saying, look at a cute little boat. Stray Bullet said that.
Look at the boat. I will go back for the boat.
Oh, a 67 Grand Prix. Whoa. I
And
like
that is in
67 Pontiac.
Marshfield, Missouri.
It's a little rough, though.
It says roller, loaded with options. Will sell parts. Well, that's not so good. Oh, interior's looking kind of roached. Pretty roached roller. I don't know. It looks like just parts to me. It was a little boat. Let's go back and find it.
That little boat.
This one, the Starcraft, or was there something
Starcraft?
else? Or was it this one?
Which one you looking at?
I don't know. This one's shiny. I'll
This
click
one's
on
shiny.
One.
Yeah, go for the shiny boat.
67 approximately wooden boat. The boat is handmade out of Appalachia, Florida. Not a starter. It has the
38
original 18
reasons.
horsepower motor.
38 says those were good-looking Pontiacs. Yeah, I had a 67. Mine was a Catalina, but same basic body. Front end looks a little different, but
All right.
I really like those.
Buff Del Campo has 8 lug and console shift.
Yeah, it had the big wheel. I saw that. It had the
Oh,
big
that's
wheels.
right. They do. Probably has a power lug.
Power glide in Pontiac. Mm-hmm. Okay, Dean Stevenson sent this in. It's a De Tomasa Mangusta, which I really like. I knew a guy that had one. I used to work on it. And then I'm going to click to another.
Sorry, I have to get.
Okay, I didn't know what you were doing. Okay, and then, oops, another picture. I think that's a nice looking car. And I got to drive it. It's weird. It has a cable that goes right from the gas pedal back right underneath the console there. You can see the cable. Look kind of crude for such an expensive car. But it's yeah, it's a 302 Ford with a Hewland 5-speed. And I like that a lot too. Predecessor to the Pantera. Pantera, I think, is a better car. These were nice though. I mean, just because of the way it looked, I liked them. Okay, Kim, we'll get back to your stuff there. Sorry.
No, that's okay because see that this is a news section. We don't want to overwhelm people with
Yeah, with
something
all your.
completely
I know
different.
Kim likes to sit there for hours and dream about the stuff on Marketplace, but then she'll drag something home.
I have not dragged anything
It's
home
like,
since
what
last
is
summer.
that?
You're the last person who dragged something home. So.
How much? Yeah, I dragged something home because I needed it. What is this?
Stray
What is
Bullet
it?
wanted to know how much. For the green car, I don't think that one's for sale.
Yeah, that's something from down under. Let's look at the license plate. That's a don't know. Is that a Kiwi license plate?
All right, so I have switched from lowest priced, highest priced. Now we're in the swanky, and we did already look at this 67 Camaro SS. Let's just start. White House, Tennessee is not too far from us, and it is a 67 Dodge Coronet 500. This is supposedly the top of the line. This is what you want to see in a Coronet 500. 86,000 original miles.
How much was it? I missed the price. Oh, 49 grand.
$49,000. Award-winning car, almost as nice and runs better than when new. Completely rust-free California car. Comfortable in a car show or inside your collection. It'd be fresh to find a better-looking car. Y2 yellow, black vinyl top is new. Premium white premium vinyl bucket seats, 3D3 Moud Cam, Edelbrock intake, 4-barrel Holley 600. Okay, Indy heads, hydraulic lifters, larger steel valves, 323 8 3/4 short grip rear, radio, 150 mile per hour speedometer, dual exhausts, tires, all the candy. Let's see if there's any other good
Gene
pictures.
Stevens said his battery's run out and he's on a 45-minute walk home.
Dane!
You need a little solar collector. Carry it with you.
It's a nice looking Coronet. But I think if I had... Oh! Screw this. I don't care about this. Let's show Anna.
Anna, yeah, I got Anna up on the screen so you
Yeah.
can pop that up.
Real people. I have that same shirt from the American Hot Rod Association. Hi again! It's great
good
to see you.
It's good to see you.
The Mustang's looking...
They have Fords. Oh, and that one's got a V8 in it.
Yes, it does.
Because they have a lot of 6-cylinder stuff. Yeah, it's got the brace between the two upper spring towers.
It's all that, but they can't spell Holly right. Well, it's so much work to proofread and stuff like that. Stray Bullet says it's a Chrysler product. Yeah, that's where the price comes from. I mean, you can ask any price you want. What did she say they were doing with that Mustang? Just working on it.
It scrolled up past there. You'll have to
back.
go back. Yeah, you have to go back a little bit because there's been a lot of. At 49,000 for a 67 is still a better deal than 40,000 for a 2025 anything.
I mean, if it's as nice underneath and inside.
That truck my son bought was over 60. Over 60 grand.
Oh,
here we go. Here she is. It's a 351 Windsor an 85 F-150.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, the deck height, I can see it's taller deck height than a 302 or 289 there. Oh, that thing's going to be nice.
Yeah, they got it stuffed in there. It's going to have the get up and go.
I've never put a Windsor, a 351 Windsor in one of those with the shock towers. How is it to get at the spark plugs? Looks like it can be done without lifting the engine up. Excuse me.
Wow, yeah. If you look at those valve covers, man, it's got to be tight.
I put a small block Chevy in a Cougar, which same thing, same year. And you had to lift the engine up to get the spark plugs. 2 of the spark plugs, you had to lift the engine up.
It's their no-name Nationals car. They paid $3,500 for it. That's a heck of a nice find. It looks like a lot of fun. They have a couple of really nice cars. Wow, we'll look forward to seeing you there. That's great. You guys check out Blue Grit Garage. If you're not subscribed or if you've never seen their content, they got some nice cars. They're having a good time. They're going to be at the No Name Nationals event this year. And I don't think they're not hurting for subs. I don't know how many subs they have, but
always subs.
It's still great. The really great thing about being part of an event family as that's on YouTube is you get to see what they're doing, what they're working on, the improvements that they're making on the car, the different, because they go to some different kind of like road racing events, and it's not road racing, but they go to some different kinds of events, so you get to know them, and you'll get to meet them in person and see their car in person, which is super cool. I mean, you just there's nothing else like it.
The night of the burnout contest, we were walking with them out to where the burnout contest was, and it started pouring rain. And it was just raining so hard. Kim and I looked at each other and go, let's just go. We'll go get something to eat. We left. And they kept going out there. We went out, they went out there, and it dried up enough they had the burnout contest. So they got to see
we missed it. We were soaking wet because we just got trapped in the rain.
Yeah, but they got trapped in rain too. But then they went out there. They stuck it out and did it. It was pretty good.
They're tougher than us. We're not tough enough for that. Was she only able to send the one picture?
Well, let's see what else we got. Well, we got more from Buddy Carfano, but right now
we're okay to keep moving forward?
Yeah, we're okay to keep moving forward, I guess.
All right. I'm going to finish off.
38 says, I better keep a better eye on your channel.
Yeah.
They just did a video with run around, what do they call those races? Gymkhana, I think that's what we used to call it. Run around all the little cones and stuff. It was pretty interesting. Got to ride in the car with him on the video.
It's got looks like a vintage Air.
Oh, look at that original sticker. You see that? What it originally cost?
No.
Click back to original sticker. Here we go. Yeah.
$4,200.
That was base price $27.73. Yeah, and with all the options it was $42. That thing was optioned up.
Yeah, it was.
I like that. The torque flight transmission was $216. The air conditioner was I can't quite rate it, $338, something like that.
Oh yeah.
What's the expensive options on it? The 383 cubic inch engine was $143. And there's a deal.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember seeing stickers
that's a
like
piece
that.
of history.
I remember seeing stickers like that.
It really looks like that's a killer car done right.
Oh, they call it autocross now. Okay, yeah, the autocross. Yeah, we called it that then too. I just couldn't think of it.
A lot of Camaros. Okay, here's a $39,000 Dodge Dart. I got to see what you get for $39,500 in a Dodge Dart. 67's a desirable year. I had one of these in a 4-door. It was pretty nice.
Blue Gray. Anna's planning on driving the 67 down the strip. Her first drag race at the No Name Nationals. That sounds pretty cool.
I didn't know she hadn't gone down in it. Cool.
Well, that ought to be pretty good with a 351 Windsor in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like driving our 6-cylinders down there.
I don't know how they have it modified. Yeah, it won't be like driving a 6-cylinder. That's right. The paint looks pretty amazing. The paint, the stainless looks really good.
That's a year newer than yours. Looks better than yours.
The engine bay looks really sharp. It's had a really nice repaint. I guess. Yep, the interior looks good. All right, there's yet another beautifully done car out of my price range.
Factory 340 car, yeah.
Let's see. People like these Volkswagens. Let's see what
Volkswagen.
$37,000 gets you in a Volkswagen. It's got the pop up.
I don't know. I guess if you really like those.
Family owned since new. Original German VW bus. Lived most of its life in Orlando, Florida. Paint is faded, but she runs and drives great. Been in storage for a few years.
That color, you can't tell it's faded.
$37,000?
I don't know. I mean, look at the interior. It's pretty nice.
It's okay, yeah.
I mean, it is really nice. But, you ever driven one of those?
No.
They're kind of interesting to drive. If I haven't driven one, I bet I haven't driven one of those things in 40 years.
I mean, I guess if you were really into Volkswagen buses,
I wasn't.
It would be very desirable. You would have a hard time.
I was at a guy's shop one time, and he said he was needing to go get something, but he was busy. He goes, "Hey, can you go get that for me?" He tossed me the keys to his Volkswagen bus. drove over. They got the parts and came back, and it was like, yeah, that was probably in the late 70s, and that's probably the last time I drove one. But it was fine. It was a fine car. It drove nice. You're not fast.
For $37,000, hope it doesn't come with the non-optional barbecue in the back. You mean where the engine goes supercritical and it sets on fire?
Gotta keep the fuel lines in good shape.
And Stray Bullet can remember when those camper buses cost like $1,500.
Yeah, or less.
I can't remember that. Those were always very desirable in my lifetime. But all right, I don't know how you make a Volkswagen Bug cost $30,000. It was originally built by Derek the Heavy Hitter Anson.
Hey,
Hot Wheels taxi car.
Steve Edwards here.
Original motor with a Highway Flyer transmission.
I wanted to show Steve Edwards something.
Okay, go ahead.
Steve, we got an air conditioner out here that doesn't do anything right now. It's supposed to cool our house, but the motor quit coming on. And the problem is, it looks like there's a capacitor like this. Look at the size.
It's a run capacitor.
Big ass capacitor to start the motor. And the one we have it's all puffed up. How careful do we need to be with that thing taken apart? Is that thing going to explode? I don't know.
I watched YouTube University. I know.
I hate to see puffed up capacitors, especially one this big. Man, I mean, I'm used to looking at capacitors inside radios and they pop. This thing is crazy big. I don't know. You ever replaced a capacitor like that? What's this? Enter button. No. Enter button. No. No for something. Okay, Nelson, if you drive one of those VW buses, you need friends to help push. That was a joke. I think Jay Leno told that joke
Andrew
about
said no, and he deals with them all the time. I think when it puffs up, it's just dead.
The
ground the terminals and drain it. It won't hurt you. Okay. Right.
So the reason I'm asking Steve Edwards is he put new capacitors and all kinds of stuff, and I just thought maybe he might know.
For the encouragement. I felt like the internet told me what I needed to know to be safe. And I'll turn all the power off, and then I'll discharge it with a metal thing I'm insulated from to make sure it doesn't have any current left in it. It'll be fine.
See, that was a big joke about the Yugo. Remember the car called the Yugo? The joke was they're going to start making vans, little Yugo vans, and that way you could take more people to help push. Stray Bullet says you want to make sure to ground those capacitors. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ground it with something big that you're not touching. Jumper cables. Could you see the seats? How much for this?
$30,000.
Wouldn't hurt if they provided some seat upholstery with it.
I'm not sure if that's like supposed to be cool or if it's just unfinished. I don't know. For $30,000, I want upholstery.
Oh, there's your Bronco you like.
Early Bronco. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
No, but before you change it, unplug it and ground it out with a screwdriver, then change it out. Yeah. I was thinking about going in jumper cables and grounding it out.
Yeah, Steve Edwards. That I know that's what I'm supposed to do. If you just stick the contacts together, it will. If there's any charge in it at all, they'll just equalize.
Yeah, if they naturally discharge, if it's defective, it might not be holding any charge at all. Yeah, and that may be the case too.
It will not start.
The motor won't start.
The thing.
When you try to start it up, it pops a breaker. Probably because the motor is drawn too much and it doesn't start.
Truck's been in the family over 30 years. 4x4 lights work, heater, everything works. Very little rust.
Looks like it's got rust.
Factory half cab in great condition. Well, let's see. It does look a little beat up, but I guess they're very desirable. People really like them. I mean, it's cute.
It's the first generation Bronco. They were pretty basic vehicles, kind of like a Jeep. Look at that. Look at
Sticks,
all the
3-speed.
like the inner fenders. It just all look like flat panels. You know, the whole thing
There's
looked
not
like
much
flat
to
panels.
it. I don't know why you couldn't duplicate this.
I think you buy a lot of that stuff. Enter button says internally shorted with the foil, defected.
Yeah. Yeah, once it's internally shorted, it just doesn't have a charge. But you always want to be safe.
Said $23,000 '67 Mustang GT Coupe, 2-door. Make sure you get the 2-door Mustang.
Oh yeah, you saw that ad before. You were very critical of the fact.
I just think it's funny. Well, they do that with a lot of stuff. Like there's a '67 Cougar, that bright green one. Man, that's bright.
Wait, which one is that?
It's directly above my head.
This one.
It's bright green. It's so bright green. It's
green.
crazy looking.
I thought you said bright red. All right.
That's green.
That's green.
It's like it matches the antifreeze.
Got a wing. Got the lights. Interior looks pretty sharp.
Go back that interior. It's got a Mustang dash in it.
Got a Mustang dash.
The Cougar goes straight all the way across. Somebody put a Mustang dash in it.
V8 289 with cams. Pictures.
Cams? More than one?
I guess it has more than one.
I don't know. I start reading these ads, and sometimes
That's dumb stuff.
Hey, they see that piece in the middle of the grill divider? It's the only one I've ever seen other than mine that they filled in. There's a little Mercury man in there. And I cut that out and filled it in like that one. It's the only other one I've ever seen filled in was this one.
Straight Bullet says it's got to have it green. And 38 Racing does not like the monochromatic paint job.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of bright.
They even got green
wires. Make sure the wires match.
Spark tubes.
Spark tubes. Sparks go through those tubes.
High quality welded aluminum aftermarket radiator. I don't know. 22.5. Could be yours.
I like the '67 Plymouth Barracuda.
Oh, you like the Barracuda?
Oh, 67 through 69 Barracudas. Yeah, I like those.
It better be
I really like those cars.
Example.
Yeah,
it's slant 6, auto, manual steering and brakes. Oh, that car's not. Oh, it's a nice paint job though.
It's a nice car, I think. I mean, or it's covered up well.
But it's just a slant 6 car.
That's all we have.
Kevin Smith says, "Yo, lady and fellers, welcome, Kevin."
Yeah, I do like these.
That's
my favorite A body.
It's a really clean car.
67 through 9. And 67 is probably my favorite of the three of them, but they're all about the same.
Yeah, that's a nice. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'm surprised it's a slant 6 car.
Oh yeah, there is an underhood shot.
Yep.
With a Ford radiator in it. Amazing. Who did that? It's a radiator like a Mustang has.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, it is. I wonder how they piped it out down below. But doesn't matter. They've got the heater core looped instead of connected. So that's a bad thing.
Got that real fancy.
It's not even a Super 6. It's a single barrel intake.
Got that real fancy heater hose, and it's hooked together. Maybe they'll replace the heater.
It won't get there fast, but it'll look really cool getting there.
It's not an air conditioning car, so that's not real hard to replace the heater.
Right.
Buddy Carfon says Mercury Man emblem so much better than the 3 bent line. Yeah, I tend to agree. Remember the Mercury? I'm going to try to do this with my hands. A Mercury emblem, like in the 50s, mid-50s, went across like this, and then it had a big M in the middle. It was a big, wide chrome chunk like that. I like those, too.
Okay, so it's kind of one of those dreams where they've got the 360, but it ain't in
Look
the
at
car
that.
yet.
Look at that. They detailed the dash out. All the stuff that was chrome is painted.
Yeah,
It's okay.
and it's they're honest with the. It says the body's a good 10 footer. The paint looks good, but there are some spots with rust.
Yeah, and the colors aren't the same. Like the hood is different than the fenders and stuff. But I'd drive that. But I don't know. It's a lot of money.
21,000 in the world
That's
today.
of all the cars we've seen tonight. That's the one I like the best.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what I like. I like those cars.
Okay.
I drive it with a slant, and you drive a car with a slant. I've got a
I absolutely
slant.
would. Honestly, the Slant Six in my car, although for 21,000, I would expect that they'd have a Super Six or a 4 barrel and some headers or something on it, something like that.
But
But
you
it
can
looks
do
like
that
they've got
stuff.
that motor. They want to put that 360
Hey,
in.
while I'm here, and I'm thinking about parts, and maybe Anna's still here. I have a brand new set of headers for 6-cylinder Ford, like the 200, 250 style. I'm I, I may bring them no name nationals if somebody wants to buy them from me, and I'll be reasonable about it. But they're brand new. I'll never use them.
He only wants $8,000 for them. They're chrome.
No, they're not chrome. They're coated with some kind of ceramic or something.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just
They're brand new. They're in plastic bags.
candy red is hard to get right. I'll bet. I'll bet. A really professional paint job is very difficult. Put motor honey down the carburetor of a 225, hoping something loud would happen. It didn't. Couldn't kill that engine. No, it doesn't make enough power to kill itself. Um, Here's a 67 four-wheel drive power wagon. I think $15,000 I think is being a little bit
I don't know what years. That's a 67 as well.
67. I think they're being a little bit crazy. I mean, it's cleaned up. The paint's originalish.
Andrew Butt says I put motor honey down the carburetor with 225, hoping
I read
something
that.
loud. Okay, well, it made me think. We drove your 225 over to No Name Nationals and back. It was leaking oil real bad, but it made the trip just fine. And then when we took the engine apart, the rings came apart like this. Some of the rings were like in 3 pieces, and some of them were in 2 pieces. Car was running great.
It really did run
It ran
good.
fine, but all the rings were broken.
It leaked so much oil out the pan gasket. But I'll bet you if we'd have put a pan gasket in so it wasn't leaking like that, we probably could have drove that for years and years
Driven it
and
more
years.
and not known any better.
Years and years and
Yeah.
years.
Let's see. Maxwell Dick Dashley's here. Good evening. Danny Boyd's here. You made it.
Andrew would love to have a 225 B van. They are
B-van.
rare. Yeah, you don't see them around.
What's a B van?
The vans.
Oh, like the
like
early
from
ones that had
67, yeah.
the wheels back underneath your butt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I like those.
It looks nice with the stacks. They have it cleaned up.
What I really liked about those
Interior
vans
is not too fancy.
those vans had the gear shift coming out of the automatic anyway, coming out of the dash. I always thought that looked kind of good. And it was I think it was the last car ever built with a divided windshield.
I think you could get a nice one of these from Mexico.
And this was
Kim's
Seth.
looking hot. Well,
Who
thank
wrote
you.
that? Oh, Kim.
Kevin. Kevin says I'm hot.
Let's see here. We've got
It was really hot in here earlier.
really hot in here earlier. Andrew Button sent this picture. Kim, I know you're all bedazzled because there's somebody.
I'm okay.
Somebody's
Oh, he's jealous now.
Just yeah, Andrew Button sent this.
Wow. That's a really nice launch. Just nice and
Yeah,
straight.
just
Mopar missile. That's a beautiful picture.
it's a wheelie that's just enough of a wheelie.
What is that? Like an Aspen front end?
No,
Volare?
no, that's a Duster.
No.
Yeah, it's one of the last years of the Dusters. Isn't it?
Maybe.
Okay, he says it's his favorite A body. Let's see what else. I'm gonna open the email again. He just says that's his favorite A body. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I don't really like the way Duster's okay, but I don't really like the way the Duster looks. But I think the those other Barracuda early, like second gen Barracudas, I think are pretty nice. What's Danny Boyd? I got out of it for what is this? I missed something yesterday. I got Karma from the Echo weed trimmer. Found the road which I found on the road, which fell off a truck. It chucked a pebble through the rear passenger door window of my neighbor's Nissan Versa note yesterday. Uh-oh. My former wife had one of those Nissan Versa notes.
Well, you got it fixed fast, though.
Kevin
38
Smith.
Racing could smell that old Dodge truck. Yeah.
How's my Studebaker this evening? Andrew Butt says, yep, it's a duster.
It's okay. It got sprayed with some sideways blowing rain today, I'd have to say. Ruster, duster, duster, duster. All right, I was wrong. It's not a Volare, but you could see it looks a lot like a Volare. That's a very Volare looking duster.
Colleen says, bedtime. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Colleen. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Nice work, Dan. He got it fixed. Eesh.
You bullet and Prey had a Versa note with crank windows, so I was able to score a window for $29 plus tax. Man, that's a good deal. Best deal I could find on a window was what? $695 if I was just buying a window. Neighbor's car has power windows, and I needed to power up to install the window.
That's another Slant 6. This big truck.
See, and that one says Super on it.
This big four-wheel drive power truck.
But it's a Super 6. Doesn't say Super on the...
Super 225 instead, as opposed to a 170. It's
not a Super 6.
Oh, wait, you know what?
Look at the manifold. I don't know.
That might be a Super 6.
No Corinthian leather in a duster.
I can't tell. It doesn't matter. Look, it's rusty.
Yeah, it's rusty. How much do you want for that?
$15,000.
Oh, yeah. I start seeing rust, and I have a hard time spending any money. That 67 Firebird looks pretty nice, but it's convertible. Oh, there's 67 Bonneville. Oh, it's a four-door, though. I like the front end on 67 Pontiacs. Danny Boyd takes some power to wash off the dang pollen. Oh, man. I don't even notice it. Kim goes around sneezing and coughing, and she said pollen really bothers her, and I don't even feel it.
Oh, I saw this earlier.
Oh, there's what we want.
67 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
Who's going to help you push that?
To be in storage. 80,000 original miles. Complete running, shifting Rolls-Royce. Very minor rust, excellent example. To recommission, needs brakes.
Recommission, it's been sitting forever, and there's you want to recommission it.
Yeah, you can
You know
see
what that's going to be like. You know what that's going to be like.
But Rolls-Royce parts are probably cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, someone saw a Lodestar. Lodestar? Is this the one, Danny, or is it the one? Is there one above?
I think it's that one.
It's this one. Let's look at the Lodestar. There's a lot of old farm trucks around. Lodestar 1600. They say it runs. Titles available.
Danny Boy, screw the rolls. I want that corn binder. You know what a corn binder is? Nobody in the East knows what a corn binder is. I'm surprised that Danny Boyd knows what it is. You know what a corn binder is? It's an international. But it's like, that's what everybody called them.
It's a big flatbed farm truck. They probably put stacked hay on it.
Yeah, license plate frame makes that rolls. Yeah, I noticed that too.
Got a V8 engine in it. They say it runs. And they have a title. A lot of these old farm trucks do not have titles.
A lot of cars around here don't have titles, which I don't like.
Yeah, Puddin's Fab Shop would make this sucker go.
Look at that steering column of the U-joint.
That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing
It's got
probably.
is that a 2-stick? Or is that just junk in the passenger side?
I don't know. I think it's just. Yeah, I don't. I think it's
There's
just
the
one
VIN
stick.
tag information. It is in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and $8,000. They're out of their mind. You could probably ask you if you offered them twice that they
Twice
would
that.
bulk, or if you offered them half that they would bulk. But that's all it's worth. $8,000. What are you gonna
Corvair.
do with that truck to ever make it worth $8,000?
67 Corvair there. Second gen Corvair.
You want to look at it?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
See, this is how we find them. There it is running with the air cooled Corvair.
it's an
Corvair.
oh, see, do you understand how that works? See how the belt goes on those? Those used to
That's
come off.
wild, yeah.
They used to come off sometimes.
I'll bet they did. Grain trucks for the win. Oh, that's the end of the video.
Yeah, click through it. See, it's a 2-door. I've never seen
What's
one of those
that
spoilers.
sticking out the back?
Some kind of stupid exhaust.
It doesn't even look like it's.
Those are. You know what those are? They're
the cap kind of exhaust.
what do they call that? There's a name for those exhausts. I should know it. Super Trap. It's a Super Trap exhaust. So you take them apart and you put more plates and more plates, and they get louder and fewer plates, and they get quieter.
Unsafe at any speed. That's right, Corvair. It looks boxier in the back than a regular Corvair.
Because somebody put that spoiler.
It's got a wing on it.
Got that stupid spoiler on it.
It has a back seat. It looks kind of crusty. It's
got those
gray
nice wheels.
Primer. It looks like they've covered up all the rust.
Nice that's right. Straight bullet note. Super Trap exhaust. Yep.
Dash looks.
Oh, something red in the dash. I've never seen that before. I like second gen Corvairs.
It looks like a nice example. It's got the what did that have, a 4-speed or something in it? Yeah,
I think most of them do.
110 horsepower. Doesn't look
110 horse. That's the one people put in airplanes.
Looks a little older underneath. Looks like it maybe is.
Yeah, it has some corrosion on the.
Has not. Maybe it needs some maintenance.
Danny Boyd says vet rallies kick ass on second gen Corvairs. Yeah, they look good. Those wheels look good on there.
Well, we're not looking at prices. We're just having fun. So, let's see. What do you see?
What's that 67? That red 67 Galaxy got for an engine.
Galaxy Fastback. Let's see. 390 big block.
Oh, you know that's going to be a nice car to drive if it isn't all completely worn out.
Oh, somebody's been working on it because there's 2021 pictures of it on the trailer. Somebody did the body work. Oh, they put some stickers on it.
Body work and stickers.
That's all they felt like showing us for pictures. It was very thinly advertised.
The second generation are more rare. You think they are? I don't know. I think they're all getting rare. I'm trying to find a Corvairs.
Okay, this is the Mopar tax. Bill of sale only.
That's bad. Where is it?
Slant 6 3-speed car. Or best offer. Selling due to mechanical issues. $6,000.
Straight Bullet says he has plans to turn.
Is that rust in this?
Turn one of those engines a 2-cylinder airplane engine. There's a guy that builds them as 6-cylinder engines in there.
They've lost their mind. His car's not. No. Sorry. Okay.
Well, and it says it's a 67 Dodge Shark. Click on it again. It seems to have a little round. It's a 68, isn't it? Has a little round side marker lights. That's these guys.
I don't know. There's some weirdness about the different those years. Titles on this can be a little bit strange. There's
I don't know. I'm tired of looking at these cars.
He's tired of looking. He only likes to look if he's in control. I don't blame him.
I like to look because I don't know.
You know
if
what?
It's parts and stuff I want, but I'm looking at this.
Do you have a whole bunch of more?
Buddy Carfano sent in a few more, but I don't think they're not like his car. What's cerebral? Let's have a set of plan. Okay, what is the status? High-speed stickers. Let's see. My dad, Danny Wood says my dad had a '67 Night Mist Blue Galaxy 500 four-door sedan with 289, and he added dealer air.
Nice. Did you read the one about turning a Corvair engine into a
Yeah,
airplane?
two-cylinder airplane. Yeah, but there's a guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he does you buy the whole book and everything, and he shows all the modifications to make a 6-cylinder Corvair into a airplane engine, and there are people running them. You remember all that Corvair stuff we had up there?
Yeah.
That's what that was for.
Oh, I see. It was
That's
supposed to be
why I
an
had
airplane
that, and it
engine.
was the whole
It was in
6-cylinder
a
for the
fire
Corvair.
though, so it was
Yeah, and never
ruined.
got in a fire and ruined everything. This is another one from Buddy Carfano.
That's
67
a
Pontiac
really
GTO.
pretty car.
You can zoom in on that a little.
Okay.
See, 38 says the late model Corvair was built for more years than the earlies. Wait a minute. 60, 61, 62, 60, 64, 5 years. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. I thought they were both made for 5 years. Of course, the end of the Corvair run, they're hardly banking any. Danny Boyd, not nice. The dealer AC.
Tax the heck out of
Yeah,
the 289.
you got a 390 and a 70 LTD. And my dad got a 70 Ford, full-size Ford, and his had a 302 in it with factory air, and it did fine. My father's never going to order a car with a 390 in it.
Never? Why not? Too big?
He was.
Impractical?
I'm surprised he got the V8. You know, although his first new car, he ordered it, and it was a '53 Ford, two-door sedan, and it had flathead V8 and a 3-speed on the column. But it had a flathead V8 in it, and he could have got the 6-cylinder. And then in '56, he bought a car that was on the lot. He bought a '56 Ford station wagon that had a 292 4-barrel. And he used to say, that 4-barrel drinks so much gas. Because when you put your foot on it, he goes, it just sucks the gas down. But he had that car for 9 years. Stribble says the full-size 6-cylinder engines have been used in home-built years, Dan, along with the Subaru. Yeah, I know a guy. Yeah, Subaru. And the problem with the
Hello, Dean.
Yeah, I'm home. He got home with his dead battery. The aftermarket air conditioners, the ones that are installed afterwards, they probably don't have a radiator that's big enough because the factory air always had a much bigger radiator. And so then you're running everything close. I converted some of those with where I put thicker radiators in where there was aftermarket air conditioning. Olive says, sorry I'm late. I was trying to help a friend.
Welcome in, Olive. I saw you. I thought you were in here for a minute earlier.
She was
I hope
here
things.
earlier.
I hope it went well with your friend.
Car problems? Oh, man. It's being charged with
Electricity?
Yeah, I'm trying to say that. Electricery. 390 was a great engine. Yeah, I always liked the 390, but then I riding around Dallas last week, he was going, they had oiling problems, you know. It's like, okay. But I guess I just never run them that hard. And we had the early 390s, you could bore them 80 thousandths and put 406 pistons in them. 406 had the same stroke, so then it was a 406, although the 406 had a forged crank and the 390 didn't. But we used to say, oh yeah, I got a 406. You put the 2 barrels, you know, the tri-power on it, and man, that was a nice engine. You put that in a '57 Ford, where they didn't originally have a 390, it was pretty cool.
bit.
But they bolt in because in 58, which is the same car, they did put FE engines in them, the 352s. So what we used to do is buy a 58 that was ravaged, and you just get all the stuff out of it and put a big block in what we called the big block was the FE, put it in the 57s. We had a bunch of those cars around. I had a couple of 57 Ford wagons with 390s in them, 406s. I always wanted a 428, but never had one. 67 GTO is sweet. Oh yeah, we got it.
Oh, I'm sorry that your friend is hurting. I'm glad
Oh no.
that they knew to call you. Because I have a feeling that you, well, if you were willing to stop what you were doing and talk to them, that's awfully important. We all sometimes need to take a break and talk. So,
Buddy Carafano, 67 Ford Galaxy up there. Stray Bullet, I still have my FE tri-power manifold and carburetors. I wish I did. Man, in mine, I rebuilt those carburetors back when you could still get that, the good carburetor cleaner. When you pull it, they look brand new, you know? So that thing looked new, and I had the intake manifold glass beaded, but I didn't run it much, so it still looked brand new. They had an AM radio with a reverb. I had one of those in a 57 Ford, and it was a mechanical reverb that had a little pickup by some springs, and if you went over a big bump, it'd go boom. But if you're driving along, you could hear the reverb. But it was mechanical, kind of weird. I thought it sounded good at the time. Now I would never want that. Stray Bullet, I sold the 428 engine that it was on. Man, would that be great? A 428 engine with one of those tri-powers on it. You know, you can still get the who makes those cleanable air cleaners? The ones that are so popular. Somebody will have it. Somebody will get points here. They make a filter for that fits in that tri-power manifold or tri-power air cleaner. That big oval thing. I'd rather have a Cragar SS than the oversized Rally 2 replicas. Patrick Sullivan, I've been looking for a 67 Tempest that was on Kim's Marketplace search. Seems they showed me everything but... Oh, you saw one there that you wanted?
what color was it?
She can find it.
Yeah, I'll go back and find it.
Of course, you could always search the Clarksville, Tennessee area.
Well, no,
you're
I've got
going all over the place.
A big.
A big place.
What else can you tell me about the listing? What price was it, or what?
Said it was a 67 Tempest. Yeah, what color was it? There's a bunch of them.
Well, there's a bunch of Pontiacs.
Danny Boyd says these car radio reverbs are just like the reverbs in guitar amps. I remember I put one in a 57 Ford, and then I really didn't like it. He said, Patrick Sullivan's the one looking? Yeah, he says it's puke purple. Look, search that. Puke purple. K&N, that's it. K&N air filters, which I don't think are the best. Who got that? Oh, a bunch of people got that. Patrick Sullivan said it first. That's 2 points. K&N makes an element for that. Oh, is that it?
I'm gonna show it, and
He can verify.
Is it this one?
Is it that one?
That looks like if you were ever gonna call purple a puke purple.
Oh, and Hippie Lung says it was pink purple. It's not that one. Maybe it is that one. Maybe not. Solace's good friend I've known a long while. A number of his mentors have died over the years. Current reality in the U.S. is complicated. Yeah, try to go to the doctor. I agree with you there. I have tremendous problems getting good information from doctors, and you can't ever even see a doctor. I see nurse practitioners. They're all nice people, but I don't think they're as competent, to say the least. Oh, you put that up there?
It's in Oxford, Georgia.
Is that the one? That is it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Set the price limit, because it's 8,500. It's Oxford, Georgia. And it's a 326 automatic. That is a pretty car. You know what? Oh, wait, come back.
Yeah, if you can click on it and get a.
Got the engine in it.
Can you get the link? I don't know how you can find the link.
You could share it, but you can't. I guess I
can't.
can.
Yeah, I've grabbed links for stuff like that before. Yeah, right up there. Yeah, and then put it over there.
He said thank you.
Problems aren't medical, it's something else. Oh yeah, maybe that'll work.
I'll bet you it doesn't.
Oh, it says no, you can't put that many characters up there. Shorten the characters all the way up to that long digit number. Just shorten it up to that number, because what that's doing. Yeah, take all that stuff to the right away. Backspace it. Yeah. Okay.
He got it. He said he found it.
Okay.
He said
okay, then you got to get rid of that, because that's not going to go up there.
Nope.
It's got 393 too many characters.
Don't worry about it. Don't stare at it. You'll go blind.
She's trying to get rid of 390 characters that she.
That's a pretty car, I gotta say.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Guys, we did some different things tonight. This Facebook thing, I don't know. I feel like there's other people that do it, but sometimes it's just fun. It's a little bit interesting.
Well, maybe we found a car for somebody.
And it's relevant to what we're doing, 1967. I don't want to make it the whole stream, but it's a fun segment to do a little bit. He told me he's done with it. We
got ads. We got ads.
Oh, shoot.
Right when you're talking,
we made it through the emails. Thank you to everyone who sent an email. We appreciate it. Do we know what we're doing next week, or are we only picking 1 week at a time?
I don't know. Here we got another one from Buddy Carfano. I'm sorry. You sound like you're ready to be done.
Yeah, I'm rolling through that stuff. We're running credits.
Credits.
Yeah.
Listen, 6 weeks ago, I bet he'll talk on that Tempest.
I like the car, but when it did become purple, well, I guess it's puke purple, so someone must have.
You know what you do? What's that? Puxa. What's Dean saying?
Hell, Puxa. I don't know.
Okay, so Buddy Carfano.
Pizza.
Oh, that's a difference. Buddy Carfano set the '67 Corvette, which I really like. I like that hood. I like that body style.
Kevin
I like
Smith
the fast
had Acme ads.
Acme.
Isn't that the people that make anvils to drop on the Roadrunner? You get 2 points. Dean got a Ford Transit ad. You get 2 points.
Yeah, they got the Ford Transits down there. Stuff down under that we get up here. No side pipes on that big block Corvette.
They do look cool with side pipes, don't they?
And that was an option. And look who just showed up. Ari. Good to see you.
Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you in. We are rolling credits, though.
We're rolling credits?
I'm sorry, Ari. We can't stay for you.
Oh, geez.
It's 2.5 hours.
Kim all of a sudden ran out of gas, I think.
We've been through all the emails. We've been through the.
Okay, so we need to know what we're doing next week.
We do need to pick. Oh, Danny Boyd got an ad for AdBlock Plus. Don't use that. That's mean. Just give. If you are a viewer and you have YouTube Premium, so you don't get ads, I'm giving you 4 points right now because you didn't get any opportunity to earn any points.
You buy it through YouTube. We still get a little piece of it. not a lot, but we still get a little piece of it, and you're not just blocking us out.
If you have 30 points,
What is that?
I got this at a craft show.
Oh,
Look how cool it is.
You just kicked the.
Somebody, it's like shiny and very colorful, and my friend made it, and it's 10 by 10. You'd have to get a frame.
10 by 10 what?
Size 30 by 30. Okay, it's 30 by 30. Is that millimeters? Centimeters?
Probably.
I mean, you see, it's this big.
Probably 30.
But if you had 30 points and you want this, you've got to send a request to Buckdale Campo with your address, and I will put it in an envelope and send it to you.
You're gonna give that away?
I am. It's the first giveaway we've
Straight
done.
Bullets has
We're going to start doing
1167.
more giveaways. This is an actual giveaway.
So what happens when like 3 people want it?
Stray Bullet, if you buy it, you have to pay a lot more points. You have to pay 300 points.
Yeah, it's 30 centimeters. Yeah. 30 millimeters would be pretty small.
Yeah, 30 millimeters would be tiny.
Be a little over an inch.
So the first person who sends the email.
My spelling sucks. Okay, so
did we pick a year for next?
I don't know what we're doing next. We picked so many years that we're starting to duplicate years.
That's okay.
Although we did 67 before, we did 67 tonight.
There's lots of 67 model vehicles that we didn't.
We had a lot of good time with 67s tonight. Yeah, 30 millimeters is about 1 1/8 inches. Yeah, because 2.54 is.
Ooh, I don't know if I can do international shipping.
Oh.
What do you think? For Tommy, I could do it for Tommy, right?
It might cost you some, but yeah, I don't know. And then I don't know what he's got. Then you got to put a value on it. He's got to pay probably some kind of an import tax, but maybe maybe it's some little amount that's a gift.
Arts and crafts.
It's a little amount that's a gift, so he won't have to pay that. Hopefully.
That's right.
I don't know anything.
Hard-earned points.
I don't know anything about the.
It's really
about shipping
These
diary.
are like little crystals, and they're hand placed on a pattern.
Kevin Smith, bingo! I can finally claim my Studebaker. I told him last week. I said I just redid my will. I was gonna put it in the Studebaker to Kevin Smith.
Tim, you could do it because at the end of the stream, we're at the end of the stream, and I always I'm giving out an additional 2 points to anybody who's still here.
How much you selling that for?
Stray Bullet, that's not fair. Well, how did you get all those points, Stray Bullet? Viewer ugly vehicle contest.
Winner gets a handful of points. With that, you know what we could do? I know because Barrows, it just makes it interesting. We could do Rat Rod night.
I could send it to Tommy. If you really want it, Tommy Hanlon, send me the information.
Tommy Hanlon, you got our email address? You want to put the email address, and then Tommy Hanlon will figure it out. He can send us his address, and we'll figure it out.
We'll have to pay the tariffs on it, I guess.
Well, the thing is that I doubt there will be on anything that small, and it's a gift. Yeah, tariffs are figured at the point they enter the system, wherever you send it from. And then the person that gets it has to pay it. So it's just how it works. There's millions of Kevin Smiths in the world. That's what I figured. If I put Kevin Smith, it'd be like everybody claiming it. Oh, you got a finger in the way.
What did I do?
Oh, you got your cursor right
where I could.
Pointer right
wrecking it.
Okay, hey, how's everybody feel about rat rods? Rat rods next week. I love rat rods. As long as they're not just junk, as long as it's made like something cool.
Tariff free.
Well, you know,
North American free trade.
There's a lot of, whether they call them import taxes, import duty, tariffs, whatever. A lot of them there's stuff like gifts and small items and stuff that are probably not covered by that.
Barrows
I'm only joking, Kim. but as a forfeit, I'll take a mini bike jump video. Okay, so you don't really want it.
A mini bike jump video.
Who is it says he hates rat rods? Kevin Smith. Some of them are pretty cool. You look at what Bear Rose has done. He's done some pretty cool stuff.
Write that down. Tommy, I'll do it. I'll put a mini bike jump in the next video. I'll put a mini bike jump. I don't know how.
You need a tetanus shot to ride in one. Well, I don't know.
In what?
Rat rods. Oh,
I had my tetanus shot. I get a new one every 3 years or something.
I'm just waiting for my man. What, Dean? Oh, it's been a while since I had a tetanus shot. I put a nail through my foot accidentally and got a tetanus shot. Some cars are over-ratted.
Yeah, sometimes people.
Well, I want to do one of your cars as a rat rod, but it'll just be kind of cool.
Which one?
I want to take your Nissan. What is that thing? A 300CX?
Yeah.
I want to take from the firewall back and mount it on a frame and put a big V8 engine up front and then put some kind of tall grill shell up front. It'll just look like a thing.
Okay.
Rat rods are sloppy competition.
Patina is code for too lazy to paint your product. Some people work really hard on patinas.
Yeah, I don't like
you
patina.
Could just strip it and paint it, and it'd be cheaper than what you're doing with that patina.
What I hate is when I see somebody that's got an older car that's got pretty nice paint on it, and they sand it all down and then put stuff on it to make it rust and clear coat it. I think, what are they doing? Danny Boyd, Ari, I just picked up an Echo, a weed trimmer, which fell off someone's truck yesterday. I used it to chuck a rock. It's a rock, not a wreck. Chuck a rock through my neighbor's car window. Only cost me $35 in an hour's labor. Yeah, rat rods can be tastefully done. They just usually are not. Well, it just depends on what you call a rat rod.
Everybody has their own preference. Keeping original paint, like there's people who clean it up really good and then clear it so it doesn't deteriorate any further and stuff like that. And like I've seen it, it can be done well and it can be done bad.
What's the guy's name in Las Vegas? They had the show called Welder Up. What's his name? Called Welder Up.
Welder Up.
I can't think of his name.
I don't know, but this is the longest goodbye. Tennessee goodbye. We're going to take 20 minutes to say
We're
goodbye.
An hour early for saying goodbye.
Hour early? Do you want to go another hour? I'll go hang out.
No,
get
we're
some dinner.
not. See, I can't. Somebody's going to come up with that name. The guy, the Welder Up guy in Las Vegas, he does some pretty good rat rods.
It's fun to see what people do.
Oh, you took your hair down.
Yeah. I don't like it. It doesn't look right.
Steve Darnell.
Shaping
not
the
count.
face all wrong tonight.
Steve Darnell. He's the Welder Up guy. Yeah, I met him out there one time. He's a pretty nice guy. There was a kid out there. You know, there's like 3 or 4 people waiting to shake his hand and get an autograph. And there was a kid in front of me that was there with his mother. The kid was probably 12 years old, and he says, "I want to learn to weld. What should I do? How do I learn to weld?" And Steve goes, "You know what? Here's my phone number." Writes down his phone number. He goes, "Call me. Come over to my shop." He goes, "I'll spend a couple hours with you and show you how to MIG weld." And I thought that was really cool because he's a really well-known guy with all these people waiting for him. And he asked this kid to come over and he's going to teach him how to weld. And, you know, a 12-year-old kid I know can learn how to MIG weld. And he's interested enough to ask. It was pretty cool.
I don't even see the link that you put in. I think it auto-moderated out.
What's
I don't know
that?
if anybody can see it. I think
What's this?
She was recommending a modern surf music.
Oh, and she tried to put it in?
Yeah, but
she
think
can't. You got to be.
Links don't work at all.
You got to be a.
It auto moderates out, and I don't even know.
You got to be a moderator. You got to be a moderator to put them in. They have to be short.
Great guy. He actually lives in St. George. I parked next to him at Speed Week when he
Where's
was in
this?
Sparky
Where's this? Where's this?
Barrows.
Oh, great guy. He actually lives in St. George. Oh, yeah, that's right. He moved up there. I parked next to him at Speed Week. He was in Sparky. Okay. Wow, you went to Speed Week. Whoa. Yeah, I met him. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. We had a good time talking for a little bit. There was nobody else waiting behind me, so I spent a little time talking with him.
Botina. The only like if you're trying to match something, yeah, I could see Fotina if you're matching the patina on a car, or if you're making like a movie car. Like I could see that. You want it to look like something that it's not.
There's the name I'm looking for.
What's that?
No, but it seems like the Rat Rod thing is like, let's do two things next week. Because Danny Boyd said something about you got a Rambler? A Rambler. Let's do Ramblers, and let's throw some Rat Rods in there. Ramblers and Rat Rods. You want to do Ramblers and Rat
Sure,
Rods?
let's do it. Why is Ramblers? What does Ramblers is a style, not a
Rambler is an AMC from
right.
what 1954 5 up through when they quit calling them Ramblers.
Okay.
So let's do, because that's the era that
we're
we were
doing
in.
a brand.
Rambler. Yeah, let's do Ramblers and Rat Rods.
Okay. Well, all right then. I guess
Because then Barrows will show up and he'll show a couple of his, and I kind of like his cars. He does some cool stuff. I've used a couple of his cars in thumbnails before, so. They line up to talk to that Darnell guy? Heck yeah, they do. Well, I thought it's just, you see a kid that's 12 years old that really wants to do this stuff. He doesn't even know where to start. He's standing with his mother, and he asks. So the guy goes, yeah, here's my phone number. Come over to my shop. I'll spend a couple hours with you and teach you how to MIG weld. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's really good stuff. Call it R&R. Yeah, rambling, man. All right, Kim, you want to...
Olive is recommending Astro Man. You can find on YouTube for some cool music, so check that out.
First, they were Nash Ramblers. Oh, they were Ramblers way back. Yeah, and then they were Nash Ramblers. And then, yeah, Nash bought by American Motors. Well, it was Nash and Hudson got together. And sadly, the Hudson disappeared, and they tried to make the Nash look like a Hudson. They were horrible. And then, yeah, all the American Motors cars were called Ramblers for a long time. My neighbor, when I was a little kid, drove a Rambler. She worked at the VA. She was from the Potter family, Virginia, a gospel singing group. Huh. Was his mom hot? Oh, I don't remember her being hot. She's just standing there. Yeah, I thought about that too. Like, But I think he just thought he'd give this kid a chance, I thought it was pretty good. So, we're gonna end it for tonight?
Yeah, I will. What's the rest of our week look like? Will we be doing a live from the shop later on this week?
Where Studebaker made their first big money, Kevin Smith brings this up, Civil War. Military bought tons of wagons from them. Tommy Hanlon, it's good to hear a 12-year-old kid has an interest in learning to weld these days. Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah, when a kid shows interest in something, always encourage them.
Yeah, Studebaker actually started out in the 1850s, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Studebaker brothers. There were like 5 of them. They got big beards. Look like ZZ Top. I'd much rather have a Rambler Rogue than a horrible Nissan Rogue. Okay. You want to say goodbye?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been fun. We have enjoyed being here with all of you, and we appreciate that. It seems like a lot of people want to keep going, but it's coming up closer to 3 hours, and that's enough.
Oh, and this One-Eyed Cat just got here where we're saying goodnight.
Oh, man.
Go back and listen to it. It's a good one.
Yeah. We'll try and be in the shop for late night stream. At least one more night this week, maybe 2. We have a lot to do. We got to get your car in and get the window in.
We got to get my car and get the window in it.
All right. We'll see everybody real soon. Thanks for
Here
being
goes
here.
all these letters.
Find us some rat rod pictures.
And some Rambler pictures.
Yeah.
Ramblers and rat rods next week. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight.
Your
Not
hand's in
with my hand in
brain.
front of Kim's face, but this hand doesn't. This hand cuts off.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you for super chats. It's been a great